Hi, this is Jonathan Tiersten from The Perfect House and Sleepaway Camp, and you are listening to the Real Nerds Podcast.
Welcome to Real Nerds Podcast, unofficially the official podcast at Denver Comic Con 2014 and beyond. I am Ryan, and I don't care about the other guys. We have a special guest today. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi, Dan. How are you today, Dan?
I'm good.
Yeah, what brings you to the neck of the woods today?
The neck of the woods. I'm going to go see a movie later. Also, I had dinner.
Nice. Are you seeing the movie with us later?
Yeah.
Sweet. We're seeing Last Action Hero. Awesome. One of the greatest Arnold movies of all time.
I've never seen it. I'm
really?
excited.
Oh,
yeah.
dude.
Oh, you're in for a treat.
Yeah. That's what he basically
ahead of its
convinced me
time.
to go see it.
Ahead of its time.
Oh my gosh!
I haven't seen it since I was
It's a movie
12.
inside of a movie that makes fun of Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. It's brilliant.
You know, like John Malkovich gets a lot of credit for being like, you know, self-referential about the character, but this was like 5-6 years before that.
I know, it's crazy.
Also, it doesn't have John Malkovich, so there's a bonus point.
That's true.
It does have a lot of cameos, though.
Oh yeah,
a lot. Especially when he's going to the police station. I'll give you this little tidbit so you can get really excited. There's a cartoon cat voiced by Danny DeVito.
Really?
Yep.
I'm really excited.
Man, it's been a while.
A cartoon cat just walked into the police station. He'll do it again tomorrow. Anyways, every week we go see a new movie and we broadcast our experience to the world. This week we went and saw That Awkward Moment. I think all separately.
Yeah, right?
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it?
You didn't see it?
Oh, what an ass.
All right.
Sorry.
I saw it by myself today at a Regal Cinema.
I saw it by myself yesterday.
Did you see it?
Dan didn't see it.
No. So just me and James saw it. All right, well, stay tuned for the review of That Awkward Moment. We will tell you if you should see the movie or not, play the trailer, then we'll spoil it. We also talk about movies we saw, comic books we've been reading. James, is it my week or is it going to be your week?
It's my week.
Cool. And also, we're going to be fighting over Serenity. I went to Coins, Cards, and Comics yesterday. He was sold out.
Shit.
Except for one.
I can't believe I forgot.
Pulled out of the back that happened to be a jaunty cover.
Yeah, I was like looking at the stuff coming out this week. Or no, it just struck me. And then I was like, oh yeah, I don't know when that's coming out. I didn't think it was till like mid-February.
Mm-hmm.
So I hadn't worried about it. And then, yeah, it was the January 28th. So I didn't order it from my shop, or they didn't order one for me.
You know, me and Andrew had a long conversation yesterday because I had to stay in clothes, so I left my work and I went to the comic store because I was so annoyed.
Mm-hmm.
And I had another manager there, guys. I won't leave it on. But just two people. I didn't care. Anyways, me and Andrew were really discussing why you just don't have him pull things aside for you, and I'll keep it in a hold slot for you.
So, okay.
Because you'd rather pay money to have it shipped? Weird.
No. To be completely honest, it is that, and I would hope that he would appreciate this, it is that I really liked my Fort Collins store, and I don't want, and you know, little comic book stores like that, they have a hard time staying in business, especially if they like lose people as often as a comic book store in a college town does.
But would they also be gaining people?
Yeah, I guess. But you know where I'm going. Like, yeah, I like supporting that place. I also like going to Coins Cards, but I also don't get there once a month.
I know. I told him that if you put a slot there, I'd pull it for you. You know, he'd make sure you get the comics you want.
Ah, man, that's starting to sound good, though.
He also told me, though, that we do so much for our sponsor, Colorado Coins, Cards, and Comics, at 6700 Wadsworth Boulevard, that he would, you know, pull anything aside for you. Just, you know, send him a message or something. He'll do it.
I'll have to get his phone number, and maybe we'll set something up.
You're not his friends with him on Facebook?
I am. That feels very like bizarrely unfriendly. Considering
really, that's the only way I'm able to contact Jonathan Tiersten.
Oh yeah,
because he doesn't answer anything else.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's what we do. We talk about what we've been watching, some box office numbers.
Yeah.
We didn't get any fan mail this week. I don't think so. We got a lot of follows though, and some retweets. So thank you for doing that.
It comes in waves.
It does. It's such a horrible time for movies right now.
Oh yeah.
That
poor Rafe, who has been on the show once and comes to movies with us quite a bit. I haven't seen him in like a month and a half, and he sent me a message yesterday and was like, "Hey, what's the movie this week? Because I haven't seen a movie in a while, and I want to go with you guys." And I told him, and he was like, "Shoot."
I have a feeling next week we might have a few people come with us.
Yeah, probably.
For Monuments Men.
I'm on the show, and I was like, the movie this week, meh.
Aren't we going to Lego Movie next week?
Yeah, I know. I was just being funny.
Oh, okay. Hey, sometimes at this time of year, it's hard to know. Sometimes, not whether or not you're joking. It's hard to know what movie we're saying because, I
remember you saying that it's going to be a really good January. You're a fucking liar.
It wasn't the. Hold on, it was not the worst January.
I don't know. I'm starting to think Haywire sound pretty good right now.
Snake tongue.
Well, what else came out the January that Haywire came out? I think that January, like, Haywire was the best movie.
Remember?
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, at least there was stuff to look forward to. Even if Jack Ryan was disappointing, even if I Frankenstein was really disappointing, even for us wanting it to be a bad movie, like, it was not the worst. We didn't have to go see Texas Chainsaw. Never mind. Texas Chainsaw is probably equal to I Frankenstein. So.
Chainsaw's worse for sure. Oh yeah.
Okay. And this year we also skipped seeing Paranormal Activity the first week because we did our film Explosion. So I bet if we'd had to see that, then I might not be saying that.
Yeah.
You know what was good though? Us at Open Screen Night.
That was good.
It was good.
That was really fun.
We did really well. Our episode went over really well.
Did it?
Yeah.
You didn't notice that?
I was filming. I wasn't listening.
Well, you were filming. A lot of people laughing. So
Okay.
You were filming while it was going?
Yeah.
Filming
No,
what?
during the critique.
Yeah.
Oh no. We mean like while the episode was
Yeah,
showing.
people were laughing and
I always think I can pay attention to while it's going, but I forget like right away.
Really?
What the reactions were.
My favorite reaction was, for those of you who are listening don't know what we're talking about, you can go log on to realnerdspodcast.com and watch our latest episode of our pod show, episode 5, Human Barbecue at Jonathan Tierson's, or Jonathan Tierson's Human Barbecue.
Yeah.
And we debuted it, and Jonathan Tierson came with us to Open Screen Night. Thank you, Jonathan, for doing that. But anyways, it's a silly thing, and my favorite response, I forgot to talk to James about this, is the end when poor JT falls on a barbecue skewer.
Yeah.
He, that horror movie shot where it's zooming in and out and, just shooting random things in the house. When he opens his eyes, the audience went, "Oh!" Like they wanted it to keep on going. That was a great response. And we also got a few, this is our best episode we've seen.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
I think it plays really well. It was funny. I came home on Wednesday, I think. I came home and I came down here and said hi to my mom, and she was like, "Hey, you've got dirt on your face or something." And I was like, "Oh, really?" And I started rubbing at my face, and she goes, "Yeah, it looks like somebody knocked you out with their dick."
Your mom said that?
My mom said that.
Awesome.
And I just started laughing, and I was like, "Oh," and she's like, "Oh, I can't believe you guys. I just can't believe you."
And that's
guys.
fine. That's not even our worst episode.
I used to be so proud of you, son.
No, exactly. That's what it felt like. It felt like she was going to
You
be
and
like,
your new friends.
I'm so ashamed of you.
But we also hosted the Open Screen Night. Brad, how we do as hosts?
The word is that you guys were excellent, and I know you're busy.
He didn't say you guys were good. He said other people tell me you guys are good. I
don't
thought
care
you
what I
were
think of
shit.
you.
I do.
But
No, I thought you guys did an awesome. It was a little slow getting out of the gate until I reminded you that
Yeah.
you actually need to watch the videos while you're hosting. But after that, like you, especially when you talked about your old coworker being
oh,
that
that was
one
I
video.
had some message. That is her. So
wow. That's
yeah, the audience
insane.
loved it. The other OSN board members liked it, and they'll probably want you back sometime. But I know you
Cool.
guys are busy, so
I'll do it. It's once a month. Who cares?
it'll be easier now that we're not like having to have a celebrity guest come in and put them up and
Yeah.
debut our own episode. So
I don't mind.
next time hosting will be a lot.
It's
simpler.
fun. My wife is really nice. She said she was so proud of me because I'm so natural up there. And I said, "Thanks, honey." It's the first time she's ever said that about me.
She all turned on. She's like, "I want 2 babies in me."
I hate
Well, Brad, scientifically, you cannot ovulate whilst you have a child growing in you.
What?
We're going to take
Must
you
have
back
missed
to
that day of class.
6th grade sex ed class.
And also, during the first trimester, chicks don't want to touch you. So,
This is what you
so if you touch me, Brad, I might jizz my pants. So,
Oh, my God.
I never. So I switched schools. I went to 4th and 5th grade at one school, and then 6th at another one. And I never had sex ed
Really?
because they did it in 5th grade at the one school and 6th at the other one, and I missed it. So I either would have had it twice or 0 times. I had it none.
Was one of them a religious school?
No, they both were,
Oh, shoot.
but they both still did have.
I'll give you your sex ed class right now.
No.
I
Put a
know how it works.
Put a condom on your wiener and stick
You
your
lick-
wiener in a vagina.
You lick the stick.
Educated.
And then you put it into the sugar.
Well, the condom's kind of optional.
Oh yeah, I mean,
guys are-
I was just trying to be
As long
politically
as you pull
correct.
out.
I heard if you jizz on a chick and she rubs it in, it's really good for her skin.
God,
That's. I read that. Somebody said that. Who was it that said that today? No, I swear I read that.
Dr. Ruth.
No. It was.
that was that old lady, right? Who had like
Yep.
the late night show.
Yep.
Oh, that was.
I think she
creepy.
died.
Is she dead?
Yeah, you didn't read that in real news. That was like a few weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Or no, it was Joyce. I don't remember. Some old bitch died.
Was it that woman or was it not? Was it that you don't know her name or that it was like?
No, someone.
You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. I think it was Dr. Ruth actually. It was like
Okay.
the really old one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did say Dr. Ruth, didn't I? Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I think she did. Yeah.
I
She was
wasn't
a
sure if-
pioneer though in that stuff. So I joke about it. But if my wife ever listened to my podcast, she'd be so mad at me. Not for like
for saying that. Oh
not,
no, yeah,
not for,
she used to.
not for the jizzing and rubbing it in, but like for the me
Saying
making fun
something
of
bad
sexual
about that
ed.
lady?
Yeah.
Oh, of that. Oh, yeah. She would. You're right.
Yeah, because that's her
I just
thing.
mean like that lady. She also used to like that lady.
Oh, she loved that lady. Yeah.
Yeah.
She still wants to do that. She wants to teach that when she gets her other nursing degree. I don't know. Something about me not listening. I know I wasn't paying attention.
Something about me not listening.
But no, Open Screen Night was lots of fun. I still think ours was actually the best episode. I'm not saying that because we were in it. I think ours stuff usually has the best stories and the best arcs in them.
But in general,
wait, the best episode of the series is, or like all the videos of the night? Cause
all the
there were-
videos of the night.
I'll at least say this: like of the year or so that I've been going, it's been I've seen it get better. Like
I
I feel
agree.
like that community is really starting to. Even the people that early on I didn't like very much, I think I've seen them improve, and just the quality of the selection.
Yeah, I agree.
Overall, has gotten better,
I
which is
agree.
really cool.
I also enjoyed Jonathan Tiersten giving real criticism to things.
Yeah, he was.
At first,
Took it seriously.
At first, I was worried because, like, the first one, he was like, "That dude wasn't wearing makeup," and I wanted to go, Jonathan, you were there when we filmed our episode. We weren't wearing makeup either. We didn't put makeup on you.
Yeah,
either.
but ours is shot better.
Well,
but-
that's the one you and I never actually watched that one, so
Yeah.
I couldn't even say anything about the makeup. I was like,
I only saw the dude at the very end, but you know, I do agree. And Jonathan was going off with me for like 30 minutes afterwards
Oh,
about
yeah?
how the Denver music scene and the film community is too nice.
yeah,
And I agree. And I think, and I've said this to you before. Sometimes I think at Open Screen Night the judges are too nice
yeah,
because you have to be able to take criticism too, or you're never going to get better.
Sure.
I can joke all I want, especially that night. There were plenty of jokes about me having a degree in English and the truth is
reading.
what it means and not being able to read. Yeah,
I said can't reading and even pick it up.
and but at the same time, what that means is that I actually have been in really hard rooms and seen what criticism does.
Oh, yeah.
And if you like, okay, so at the end when Jonathan was saying negative things about the rap video, which honestly I don't think was good. Like,
No, it wasn't.
it was a '90s rap video.
I
Like,
don't think it was good either.
I thought it was
you
still
know.
shot well. Could have said that.
nah.
Meh.
But here's the thing. If you so what happened was he started saying things about it not really being music and like, you know, look, if it's poetry, but it's just got a beat track behind it. Like, it's not, there is no music there. And I can at least see what he's saying, whether you agree or disagree. I'm not even talking about that. But the people in the audience who were probably drunk anyway were yelling at him, like, you know, and I assume that those were the people from the video. And the issue is this: when somebody gives you criticism like that, all you have to do is ask the question of, okay, why is it making me angry? Is it making me angry because they are blind and not paying attention? Or is it making me angry because they're right? And if they're right, then just figure out what part of their criticism you think is actually that nugget of truth. Because most often when somebody is actually a critic like that, it's like throwing darts at a dartboard. They're not going to actually hit what's wrong with what you did. They're going to get you in the right direction. So you have to take that stuff and then interpret it through what you think about your own work and what you were going for and try to figure out what they were actually saying. Like, there's no reason to get pissed at somebody giving you criticism. There's really not.
And
like, unless all they do is they go, like, in college I actually had somebody who they quote unquote critiqued my short story, and all it said on the whole manuscript was just way too long at the top. It was 12 pages. But it was way too long, apparently. Shit like that you can get mad at because that's just somebody being lazy. And if he'd come out there and just been like, shit. Oh, what'd you think about that, Jonathan? Shit. Just shit on it.
I
It
hope
was
you're a
just
judge
shit.
at Open Screen Nights and you just
Like-
go, shit.
then that can be frustrating. I understand that. But if somebody says something about you and you don't like it, like, all right,
Yeah.
it's either it has a ring of truth or it doesn't. Why are you pissed? Why are you taking it so personally? And if you're taking it personally, you're probably taking it personally because you think they're right.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, I agree. I don't think I'm like the greatest or anything, and I
No.
mean, it doesn't hurt my feelings if someone doesn't like me. Who cares? But everybody loves me, so I don't care. Jonathan told me because he only saw it the first time,
Right.
open screen night, and he says, "Ryan, you're just so natural up there. You need just so natural on screen." So thanks, Jonathan. I appreciate that.
Do you like the episode?
Oh no, I do. I
I
really
think it's
enjoyed
great.
it.
No, did he?
Oh yeah, he
Oh.
really liked it.
Did he?
Yeah.
You don't give a shit what we think.
No, he really liked it because he
Cool.
was. I'm friends with the director of The Perfect House, and he put it on his website, or Jonathan put it on his Facebook page, and the director from Perfect House put it on his, and he said, I love this, and Jonathan says, yeah, it's an homage. So the director really liked it too.
Wow, cool.
So they really got into it. What else did I like on that one? The Cougar Littlefield one and the girl one. That one's pretty interesting. The only thing I didn't like is how it was shot. Sometimes it kept on going in and out of focus, and I understand what they were doing, but
Yeah.
When I thought about it afterwards, it was all
was all hand
It was all
One shot.
close-ups. It was all from like the top of the head down to the bottom of the neck
Tom Hooper style.
for most of the movie.
but the performances were really good in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
The focus thing, I realize now, because you and I were sort of standing off to the side of the screen.
Yeah.
And, like, I even made that comment about the focus thing. I'm not even sure that I can be accurate. Because when you're standing over there, like, that kind of stuff is so weird. I still think it's probably true, because there were a couple times where
Well, no,
like,
it just I
it
don't
went
think
in and
it-
out of focus
yeah.
at a weird
It
time.
was too soon.
Yeah.
It was too soon. But I mean, the performance is good, and I like the idea behind it.
Yeah.
What else did we see there?
Did you guys see me in the Laugh You Bastard skit?
No,
Yeah.
because the Laugh You Bastard stuff went on way too long.
Here's the thing. It's the funniest stuff I've seen from well, especially that first skit.
The first skit was funny.
with Maddie O'Connor and Spencer.
The party
like,
foul?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually what I would expect from like a Maddie O'Connor video. Like, I would expect that to be something he would put on Funny or Die. Like, that video was really, really good. But yeah, it's that they do that thing where they'll drag a joke on for too long and sort of beat it to death.
Yeah, and the scene you're in, I didn't notice. It wasn't funny.
Which one was?
The guy was saying how the girl thinks he's stupid,
The choking.
and
Oh,
he
the
keeps
choking.
on like saying, "Oh, yeah, what? I'm retarded."
I thought it was funny at first, but then like the same thing. Like, you knew that the girl was actually choking, and then that joke just.
And
went
that's the
on
one
too
thing
long.
I would always say to them is I think their stuff goes on too long.
Yeah.
Just tighten it up a little bit because the opening was pretty good. Their credits were really good.
That
That
was funny.
the nature video narrative I thought was funny.
And
Yeah,
it was,
Like, really
It was funny at
delivered
first.
well.
Here's the thing. It was kind of hard for us to hear that one. So some of the jokes later on, I
I
get
didn't. That one I didn't hear it, but I mean, people were laughing at it, so
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I couldn't hear the jokes.
And here's the thing: that criticism is not like ridiculous or mean. Like Mike Myers is the same way. Like he beats jokes to death. So it's saying that about them is not like some damning piece of criticism. It's just that's how I feel about those guys.
Yeah. And I'm sure they think we appeal to lowest denominator.
Yeah, I'm sure they think that we're pompous, full of ourselves assholes.
Yeah,
Because
totally.
we talk about ourselves for 2 hours a week.
Exactly. And that we bring celebrities with us.
Or after the show they tell me that they want to bring you guys on for their stuff. But,
Do they?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's nice.
That's nice.
I'll be on their ship.
I'll be on their shit. Make sure it's edited well. But yeah, I mean I do think their stuff's improved. Yeah, I mean that's my only thing I would say.
Yeah,
then
that
was
whole
just tighten
credits
it up.
intro thing. Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah,
That was maybe the coolest thing they had the whole night.
Yeah,
Um,
just tighten it up. That's all they need to do.
Yeah.
Maybe drop a couple skits from their stuff. Is that how their normal stuff goes? I swore I saw stuff where it's just like one long thing.
It just depends on what the idea is. The whole concept of it's a skit show, so it's it's like Mr. Show.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of strung together different things. But there have been a couple episodes where they've been like all one story. So it just kind of depends on what the idea is.
So it's cool to see them grow.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. We saw a lot of boobs and misogyny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boobs you knew.
Yeah, what day is that playing at the Sea Film Festival? It's like February 8th or something?
It's not a film festival. It's just a
Film
screen.
center.
It's a free screening. I think the 7th, maybe.
7th or 8th, something like that.
Yeah. Free popcorn too, I think.
Oh, nice.
But yeah.
Go there, see some boobage.
Yeah.
Some boobage.
There were a lot of boobs just in that trailer.
Yeah. wonder how much you have to pay to get girls to be naked on camera, like locally. I'm just
do
curious.
you even like? I think you pay them in T-shirts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
Or shoes.
just go to Kohl's and buy a
shoes.
Just go to Kohl's and buy like a pack of Hanes shirts, and we'll write Real Nerds on them. And
So, Brad, when's the next open screen? I think it's February 24th, right?
Well, we're kind of figuring out because there's some other entity wants to rent out the theater in February on
All
that
of
Tuesday.
February?
Just that Tuesday,
Okay.
that last week of Tuesday. So I don't know if we're getting bumped to another day that week or not. So, but it'll be sometime in February.
Cool.
So I still know
Probably
exactly
late
what day.
February.
Yeah,
And will we have the season finale of Real Nerds on there?
we better.
All right, we'll have the season finale. We only
We'll
have to
get the
shoot
season
a
wrapped
little
up
thing.
and take a break for a while.
Cool. Then get to it.
Yeah, let's get
Season
to it.
2. Cool. This is the box office numbers from last week.
This is the box office stats.
I got it, James. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
The number one movie was Ride Along Again with $20 million.
21. You said you got it.
$21 million.
Okay.
That was a studio estimate. That's what I'm referring to. The movie we saw, I, Frankenstein, was $8.9 million.
8.6.
They
Of a
that was-
$60 million.
yeah, $65 million.
Came in at-
They'll
came
probably
in at
make it
number
back
6.
overseas.
Maybe.
I bet they will. Let's bet, guys. Let's bet.
Well, no.
European
I just mean,
people
like-
eat that shit up.
That movie.
Those
I
darn
don't even know
Europes.
if the Europeans would eat that shit up. Like, it's dumb.
Did
You should
guys
go see that.
Did you guys not like I, Frankenstein?
It's
No.
not good.
I didn't see
The,
it.
the most
really
exciting
boring.
thing that I saw about it, it was either being linked around like Twitter or Reddit, but it was the Spanish poster, so it was just Yo Frankenstein. And it's like you look at it and be like, I know exactly why it's saying that because that's what it is in Spanish, but it's still hysterical.
Oh,
also Yo Robot. Yo Robot.
That's
But, you
so
know,
good.
Yo, son.
It's really
Yo,
funny.
robot, welcome to Earth.
Excellent.
He doesn't say Earth in that movie.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah,
he
he
says
does.
Earth.
He says Earth.
It's Earth.
No, he says
It's
Earth.
URF.
No,
It's
He
3
was
against
in
1.
After Earth.
Quit thinking Independence Day is a great movie, James. It's horrible.
movie's
No,
good.
it's awesome.
Go put your subtitles
See?
on.
No, it's not awesome.
Even Brad, the pretentious one, says that it's good.
I saw what pretentious. You're the one who wants
I'm
to see
kidding.
Labor Day.
Yeah, I do really want to see Labor.
With the peach pie thing.
The
the
Peach
trailer.
Pie Ghost ripoff.
I was actually listening to Film Splosion today, and I was driving. The first time I listened to it, I've never heard the trailer for Samurai Cop until
Oh, yeah?
I almost pulled over the road and started laughing. Were you circumcised as a baby? Why? Because I cut a lot off. I'm like, what? What the fuck? I don't know what's going on in that trailer. But yeah,
I guess.
I guess. So now I want to see that movie.
Yeah, we gotta have that party.
Yep.
Trust me, it's a good time.
Hey, James, what comic book should we read this week? Ooh, I'm just fucking it up for everybody.
really out of order.
What's up, nerds? It's the Comics Corner.
So right before Christmas, and we've had a bunch of other books to talk about. And last week we did our top 10. So honestly, this week was kind of hard for me because I was like, how am I gonna? We talked about everything last week. How do I do a comic? Anyway, right before Christmas, they released The Search Part 3, which is it's Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's the comics of that. And they released The Search Part 3, which is the finale of the section where they go searching for Zuko's mom, who's like been missing
Danny?
through the whole show. What? No.
Oh, what's that from?
I got chills.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
multiplying. And I'm losing all control
No.
of my avatar airbender. I don't know.
That was really
Those
interesting.
aren't the lyrics.
You've been training all like on improv.
It's wind
music
blowing.
with Kirsten, haven't you? Anyway, it's really good.
Your G.
Fuck. This is
Just
what he
talk
does
over
all
him,
the
it'll go away.
No, it won't. I've been doing this for 2.5 years. It won't go away.
It's like herpes.
Are you familiar with having herpes?
I am.
It's a
It burns
flora.
when you fucking pee, guys.
God damn it. If you're a fan of that show, which you should be because it's great, you need to check this series out. It is absolutely redefining of some of those characters, and a really serious story. It's kind of cool that it's told in the comics where it's probably not going to get to a lot of kids because it's pretty out there. Like people find out that people are not people's kids, and affairs are had, and there are conversations about whether or not people had sex, but it's like masked so that kids can still read it. It's really interesting, and definitely something people should check out. So it's fun.
What's it called, James?
It's called The Search.
The Search. You can pick that up at Colorado Coins, Cards, and Comics in Arvada, Colorado, 6700 Wadsworth Boulevard.
Yep.
I saw these people really disappointed that that Bruce wouldn't buy their pennies from them yesterday.
Pennies?
Yeah, he says, I have enough pennies. Now, if you had silver or gold, I'll take it.
They're just regular pennies. They're like a 1954 penny.
Yeah.
I don't collect coins, and even I know that's stupid.
Did they make a scene?
No, he said, okay.
They didn't throw their pennies up in the air, and it was like, oh great, I have 12 pennies now. Perfect.
Take these pennies and stick them up your ass.
Are you telling me that these pennies are only worth a penny?
I want your ass pennies. You see that UCB sketch? No. I'll keep it to myself then.
Please do.
Upright Citizens Brigade, guys. Ass pennies.
Oh, you're right. Now I definitely want to hear about your ass pennies, Brad.
It's the ultimate power move. You stick a penny up your ass, you take it out, you hand it to the executive below you, and then every day when you look at him, you're like, you have the upper hand because you know that guy's touched pennies that have been in your ass.
I so wish you kept that to yourself like you said you had.
I wish you did it. That was awesome.
Yeah. It's a fun show. You should watch it.
Stephen Colbert.
Hmm?
He's on a few of those, isn't he?
Upright Citizens Brigade? I think you're talking about Stranger
with Candy, yeah. So many sketch comedy shows. This is real news.
It's real news.
You better have something this week, James. I'm going to punch you in your face.
Dude, there's a bunch of stuff.
I have something.
You do?
I know. Well, all right, do you want to go first? Because I bet I have your thing on my list, but go ahead.
Yeah, did you guys see the Ninja Turtles?
I
leaked
did.
Photos?
Yeah, it's right here, Ninja Turtle pictures.
They're badass.
Yeah.
I
think
was
they look really
surprised.
cool.
Yeah.
Really?
the
You guys
thing-
like them?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, unless for everyone not familiar, they're not all the designs aren't that original. Jim Lee designed turtles that look a lot like that, and then there's the a couple issues in the original run. I forget the artist's name, but the turtles had a very dinosaur look to them, with loincloths and stuff. So there's a couple details like Donatello wearing glasses, like they're gonna fall off when he's fighting. Why would he have them?
Maybe they're strapped to his head.
I don't see the strap in the photo, but I mean,
Yeah.
maybe it's there. I just can't see it. And then, Michelangelo has a tattoo. When did the other turtles give him the tattoo? Did he walk
Raph's
into a
a
tattoo
tattoo
parlor?
artist.
Because he's a badass.
I guess.
Turtle tattoos, man.
It's a little overcomplicating, a good idea, but it's way better than I thought it was going to be. So, and Shredder, there's I can't tell from the photo, but he might have the Utrom in his belly, which means Shredder is more like a cyborg and not a man. But that idea is stolen from the 2003 cartoon. So
Interesting.
we'll see.
I'm really surprised. I thought you were going to hate him. I don't think it looks cool yet, but I also know that it's a shitty leaked photo of not actual footage stuff. So we don't really know what they're going to look like. Because isn't it leaked from toy packaging or something like that?
No, I'm talking about the maquettes that they had.
Yeah, there's a
I
poster
didn't
that's
see
still
those.
online, but the sculpts that they have on set as reference, visual reference.
Oh.
They have these maquettes. They're super detailed, and actually, on Friday there was an actual bunch of toy pictures that look like cheaper versions of the same thing.
Of the maquettes, yeah.
But,
yeah, I think I only saw the poster,
the
that
maquettes are way
Yeah,
awesome.
it looks like
Yeah.
they are gonna call it Ninja Turtles.
Meh.
I think I knew that was
On
coming.
IMDb, it's still Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Is it?
2014, so it may just be one of those things where
like Fast and Furious, where it's actually Furious 6, but they call it Fast and Furious on the poster.
yeah, or there's some other what's the there's an animated film where it had a long title, or The Grinch. It is officially called How the Grinch Stole Christmas, but all the posters just said The Grinch.
Yeah,
So the Turtles could be the same thing.
totally.
Yeah.
Because I think from a marketing standpoint, if I were on that ad team, I'd be like, why are we calling this Teenage Mutant? You guys know it's not 1992, right? From a I want to make money. Now, as a the person who likes the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, yeah, I understand that. I'm just saying.
I think
can
they're
see
trying
it
to
both
separate
ways.
it too from the previous ones because
Yeah.
they've already done Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and TMNT.
Yeah.
So I think maybe that's why they they're trying to be hip or something.
When
Yeah.
you're having to reboot a series for the second time, you got to play around with the title a little.
Yeah, like Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. Well, no, like if they reboot Spider-Man again, yeah, they'll make it Spectacular Spider-Man,
Yeah.
which will make
I'm just
you
glad
happy.
it wasn't. Brad put me to this article a few months ago, and it was The Amazing Spider-Man: Rise of the Green Goblin.
I
No,
know.
there was a worse one where it was like
I tricked him. I made that up.
Price of Power or something like that.
I know I was flicked, but now I was like looking on Yahoo and stuff. Like, what the fuck is he talking about? But I have seen a couple other ones like Rise of Electro and stuff.
Yeah, I know he's so passionate about Spider-Man that once in a while I can throw like a curveball in and psych him out into thinking that
Dick.
that
Isn't-
Spider-Man news has come along.
Isn't Amazing Spider-Man 2 official now?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so. Let's not bury the lead here. Jesse Eisenberg is Lex Luthor.
Oh yeah, that thing happened.
That's the big one.
It's so weird. It's one of those things where it seems like they have so much in that movie already
Yeah.
without it even being made.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the social network, so I don't know how his
Oh,
performance
no, he's
is.
good.
Oh, really?
No, he's
oh,
good.
yeah, he's great. And that's like anybody
I don't
who-
mind the casting. It's just, I mean, is Luthor going to be the villain then, I guess?
Yeah, and I think it'll be a different Lex Luthor. Like I don't think this is going to be
Real estate.
Spacey's Lex Luthor. This will obviously be a younger. The reason why Social Network comes up is because that's who he's going to play. He's going to be a bald Zuckerberg, probably. Maybe with a little bit crazy mixed in. I think he's got the talent. I think he can.
Oh,
do it.
yeah, I agree. Who else did they cast? They cast someone else in that movie, too, as another villain.
No, not villain. Alfred.
Oh, yeah, Alfred.
Irons.
is-
Jeremy Irons,
Yeah.
It's one of those wait and see things.
guessing games.
I think I don't give a shit because I still don't care about this movie. Like,
Really?
I'm interested in Ben Affleck as Batman, and that's about it. Like, I have very little faith that they are actually going to be able to pull this off because I think it takes a lot. I think it takes a really great script to make a Batman versus Superman movie good, and I just don't have a lot of faith in that. Partially because I don't like Superman very much.
Well, what would you
and that's
do,
it.
James? Mr. World's Finest Writer?
I wouldn't make a Superman movie because I don't think he's a very good character.
Like, it still was fun.
I don't. Man of Steel was fun, yeah, but if you're gonna, part of why the whole Marvel thing works is because they based it all off of Iron Man, and they made Iron Man a really fun and interesting character. Who then, as the movies went along, you could actually sort of, they built him into a good person where you were actually interested in that character. Even with Man of Steel, he's still just Superman. Like I don't think they've added anything to him that makes him more interesting to me. So that's it. And that's a me thing. That's not a.
It's like
That's
his
not
David
the
O.
movie,
Russell
it's-
thing. He's just going to hate it no matter what.
I don't know.
No.
Superman's not afraid to kill now, so that's interesting.
Right? Yeah. Like yeah. No, I agree with that.
Wouldn't it be sweet if Superman was fighting Brainiac? Because, Brainiac's really tall and he just, flies through his chest. And there's, a Superman-shaped hole in him.
Yeah.
Just an S-shaped hole.
I
Looks like a
think
shield.
Just the shield.
I think that having Lex Luthor be the villain is probably a mistake. Because if it were Brainiac and it were Brainiac comes and he and Bruce Wayne, they talk and they don't really like each other and they look at things completely differently, and then Brainiac comes and captures Superman and then Batman has to find a way to save Superman, that would be cool.
Well,
Yeah, I think... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well,
Dan.
just the announcement that Jesse Eisenberg is playing Lex Luthor. That's not like an explicit endorsement that is going to be like the main antagonist of the film,
Right.
is it?
No.
Because it sometimes happens that they make those announcements and then it turns out that it's just a small part that they wrote in just to say, oh look, it's Lex Luthor in the movie with Superman in it,
Yeah.
and then he's in it for 3 minutes.
And it
then
might be
it's-
it might be he's going to be the villain in Justice League.
Well,
or whatever they do
I
next.
kind of agree with Dan. I actually think what's going to... I mean, this is just me shooting... I think that Bruce Wayne and Lex Luthor are going to be rivals in it, and that's
Yeah.
what brings him to Metropolis, and then he's going to clash with Superman, and then they have to work together to defeat a common foe.
Probably. That's what I expect.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, Shia LaBeouf came out of retirement this
What?
week. A whole 2.5 weeks he was retired. So I hope he got well rested because he's going to make a movie with Bill Murray that no one's going to give a shit about. Just like everything else he's done.
Broken Flowers too.
Oh, you know who did a song for Broken? Oh no, I'm getting that mixed up. Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel turned on his webcam this week, started dancing and singing like a Beyonce song or some shit, And then at the end of the video, he was like, I'm dancing because I'm super excited because they're going to make Riddick 4. Because apparently it's doing really well on DVD. He also announced this week that they're going to make another XXX movie, which only excites me because I really want the poster to just say XXXIII on it.
It's really good.
Bitches come.
Yeah, no, that's it. If that's the subtitle of the movie should be "Bitches Come" because it's the only redeeming thing about XXX1 is that badass line.
that in here.
Was Vin Diesel even in State of the Union or whatever?
No,
No,
Ice Cube.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, it was just Ice Cube.
And Samuel
I'm
L.
up
Jackson.
here with a bunch of white boys. That's my Ice Cube because he doesn't like white people. I think.
Like the whole movie was just him jumping at like the skids of helicopters, right? Like
Yeah,
like
I
off
think,
the
I think
walls with
so. I
explosions
mean, that's
and-
all I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, I actually saw both of those for some reason. I don't know.
I don't remember the first one. I just remember there's lots of snow, and then there was the bad guy who had just like chicks around him all the time.
Yeah, no, he's got this badass scene that I always loved where
And I don't know what James' parents are
He's-
making, but it smells great.
my dad has gotten into baking his own hamburger buns.
Nice.
He hasn't figured it out yet, but we've eaten a lot of bread in the last 2 weeks. I'll tell you
smells
that.
great.
Those buns
No,
smell
it
like
does.
a pie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, no, they're
Anyways,
good.
what else you got, James?
All right. So Neil Blomkamp is back on Halo. He was supposed
Nice.
to direct a Halo movie for a while, but now they're doing a TV show.
like him.
And they brought him back on to do the pilot of the TV show because everybody said really good things about it, about his ideas on that movie. So it's probably good. It means
Yeah, I don't
that
care
all the
about
people who
Halo.
really loved it. I don't give a shit about Halo either.
Yeah,
But
Blomkamp's good.
yeah, I think that he's a pretty perfect pairing for that.
Mm-hmm.
And he was the one who did that thing that live action thing that
Yes.
was out a while ago. That
Yes,
was kind
he
of
did. Which was badass looking.
it was really really cool.
We also got there's a NATO, not the like National Defense Organization,
North American
but
Treaty,
the
whatever.
the National Association for Theater Owners had
The
a
much more important NATO.
yeah,
Yes.
exactly. They said that they aren't going to fire any nukes at anybody if the people who make trailers will start making them shorter, so that they're always under 2 minutes. Cinemark disagrees, and they don't want that, but like it's a thing. So we might start getting like shorter trailers. I don't know why. I think their idea, I would guess, is that way
more
they can get
mysterious.
more trailers before a movie, because it's not like they're going to suddenly, right now you go to a movie, it's like 20 minutes before your movie starts.
Yeah.
They're not going to suddenly stop doing that. They're just going to add more commercials and more trailers. But I don't know.
I know. I was reading that, and I think it's because they want movies to stop being spoiled, and I think they want there to be a mystery so it gets more people to go.
But
Because
like the people who build trailers build them to try and entice people in.
yeah, but
So
if you're a crazy fanboy like me, and you've already seen the Super Bowl trailer for Spider-Man,
Yeah.
and you already know that they're going to kill Gwen Stacy in it, then you're like, eh.
Thanks for spoiling that for me, Dick.
Well, no, there's a scene. Have you seen the Super
No,
Bowl
I
one? There's a scene where she is free falling through the air, and Spider-Man grabs her, and he like crashes through this window or roof,
Wow.
and her body's all limp and everything.
No way.
Yeah, and he's fighting the
They
Green
showed that
Goblin
in the
in the
trailer.
shot. He's fighting the Green Goblin in that shot.
Wow.
Way to
Yeah.
go, Sony.
All right, that is pretty dumb.
And there's a horrible shot too. Oh man, I mean the movie. There's some really cool things in the trailer, but then there's a shot of a missile that's like in the on the right hand side of the screen, and obviously they're doing it for 3D effect because the camera is just tracking the missile. Like the camera is on the side of the missile. It's horrible looking.
Oh man.
This movie still looks great though.
Yeah. But anyway, so we'll see what happens there. And then the very last thing is that Quentin Tarantino sued Gawker this week. We haven't talked about this. It's sort of been going on, but this is the point at which I thought it was at least interesting. Because now it's kind of a story. A couple of weeks ago, he's been passing around his script to a few friends for The Hateful Eight, which is the next movie he was going to do. And somebody let it slip, and the next thing we knew, it was on the internet. And Gawker was like out there, sort of like you could download the whole script off of their site. Sort of. I think they're saying like, well, it was technically a link to somebody else, but Gawker's kind of a bag full of dicks. Like those guys are kind of assholes. So, and Tarantino has always hated them. So I think he's just using this as an excuse to finally sue them and try to get them to shut up.
I bet Tarantino wins
Yeah, I think he's got I think he's got a good argument
because
here.
they maliciously hurt his money. I mean, he's going to make money off of it, and him saying, "Well, no, I'm not going to do it because everyone knows what I'm going to do."
Yeah.
So I think he'll win.
I mean, the issue here is that like he's the one who chose to not go ahead and make the movie because like it's on there. I'm not going to read it, but
Yeah.
some people are. is it really that big of a deal? Like, you know?
Well, I think it's a way to fight back too, because there's people on this podcast, I won't say who is, but they rip things off the internet, and I mean that, you know, it sounds stupid, but you hurt people who do that. And I mean, I am against illegal downloading or torrenting or any of that stuff. So I hope Tarantino wins.
Yeah. I think it's interesting. I think the thing that bums me out the most about this is that he's not going to make the movie now. I mean, he is, but he's not going to make it next. Which just means it'll be another year and a half before we see another Tarantino movie. So that's what bums me out. Like, you know, is it going to change anything? Are websites like Gawker or TMZ, are they going to leak stuff like that when they get it? Of course they are. You know, even if it's not making them money, they're just going to do it to get their name out there because that's what those sites are.
Yeah, it's clicks.
Yeah, exactly. It's all clicks. But it's just a shame that we don't get to see that movie.
Yep.
Anyway, that's news.
Did you watch the trailer for A Million Ways to Die in the West?
I did.
It's pretty awesome.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's literally a movie about people keep on dying in this town, and it's a million ways. And Liam Neeson's like the bad guy.
Are a million people going to die?
Maybe.
Did you see the character posters for it?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
On Hollywood Babylon, the end of the show was always a joke about Liam Neeson having a huge cock. And the character poster for Liam Neeson in that movie is hung like an outlaw.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. The movie looks funny.
Cool.
I know we didn't do fan mail, but it just reminded me a couple weeks ago you got an email about American Splendor that you couldn't answer.
Yeah. So here's the thing. There's no Blu-ray of American Splendor. Like, I went to try and get it. There's no Blu-ray. I can buy the DVD, but it's still really expensive. So I'm still
hunting it. Or you can borrow it from me.
Or you can borrow it from Brad, because Brad has seen it.
Oh, really?
So if he would have let you finish your thought, then you would...
Oh, no, I just want to explain why, like, because we said on that podcast, like, hey, we will watch this movie for you, and then...
If I'd been there, I could have just told you right then and there, so...
Yeah, if you'd been there... Anyway, go ahead.
That's right. I'm a letdown.
Or do you
I
wanna
think it's
just
a good
wait till-
movie. Obviously, you just heard that I own it.
Yeah.
Paul Giamatti is amazing in it. Harvey Pekar is kind of likable, but also unlikable at the same time. Like, he kind of blames other people for his problems a lot. Although in some cases, you know, it's legitimate that, you know, he leads a. It's about his life, and his life his comic book is about his life. So, yeah, I think it's worth a watch. And he has some just interesting observations about like the life he leads and injects into that comic book series.
Have any of us ever read the book?
I tried to pick up some copies, but they're hard to find.
Yeah, Paul Giamatti is really good in that. Didn't he get nominated? I think he got nominated for an Academy Award for that, didn't he?
I don't remember.
so.
I think he did, yeah. He's a good actor. He's really good. He's a chameleon. One time he'll be John Adams, the next time he'll be a slave owner in 12 Years a Slave.
He's also a rhino.
He is a rhino. That's right.
A mech pilot.
Yeah.
When you literally when you said he's a chameleon, I was like, no, he's a rhino. What are you confused?
He's also a good chauffeur.
He is a great chauffeur.
Aww.
He's also a guy that drinks wine.
He is.
He is.
Wine
yeah.
connoisseur.
And runs away from
Merlot
dudes who are naked.
sucks.
He also owns a motel and looks in the pool sometimes.
No,
Is
that's
that
correct.
movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe you busted out a Lady in the Water
It is.
reference.
He this last year he also sold Christmas trees.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Man.
There's a little movie called
Renaissance man.
something about Christmas.
Oh, yeah, it's something about Christmas. He's really good in that.
Yeah, it's some kind of Christmas movie. That's got a Christmas title like Jingle All the Way or something. I don't know.
All is bright, right?
All is bright. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. See?
Yeah,
It's
Christmas.
just a completely disposable Christmas title, but
Yeah.
that movie's
But
fun
the bright's scratched out. I don't understand what's going on.
because it's not really bright because it's actually kind of
All is redacted.
Hey, James, what's coming out on Blu-ray? I actually don't know. I forgot to look at Amazon this week.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there's some things.
DVD releases and Blu-rays.
Oh, I am getting something, though. I think I'm getting Night of the Demons Collector's Edition. I think that's coming out.
I'll keep my eyes open. So the number one thing is DCU Justice League War, which I've seen like reviews for already. You know, it's one of those.
DCU does a pretty good job with their animated stuff.
No, they do. That's the only reason I'm talking about it is because people who like DC stuff will
I
want
love
to check
that Under
this
the
out.
Red Hood.
Dallas Buyers Club comes out this week, so this will be my chance to finally see more Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah. I'm starting to think that James has a huge man crush on McConaughey.
I'm getting there. Man, True Detective is really good.
I know I keep on forgetting to watch Mud that James let me borrow 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Sitting on my comic books.
It's okay. I've watched it a few times,
All right, good.
so I don't need it back right away. Escape Plan, the Schwarzenegger movie, comes out.
Oh,
this
sweet.
week.
I might actually get that one.
Yeah.
Because I want to see him pull that gun off the side of the helicopter and mow people down again.
Oh man, that was really badass.
Yeah, that
was
movie's
a really
cool.
great shot. About Time, which was that like, I'm British, and I could travel through time. That movie.
Mm-hmm.
That comes out this week.
I think that's a trailer. I'm British and I can travel through time.
Yeah.
My father's
Freebird.
Bill Nighy, who I think the twist is actually me.
Ah, you son of a bitch! I bet no, because it's his dad. Like otherwise, he would have to have sex with his mom, and then give birth to himself, and like his wife would have to give birth to himself. Right?
Nope.
How would?
It's two
Like-
different times, so if his dad keeps on going back in time...
Then he becomes himself.
Mm-hmm. It's a very Back to the Future-ish. I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway,
I made that up.
Okay, good. Baggage Claim, which was that movie where the airport is
You're going to say the black person
full
movie.
of black people. Yeah. No, I am, because here's the thing.
Airport
I'm
full of
allowed to
black
have.
people. That's what he just said.
I can see it like spinning in his head. Like, how can I say this without being racist? The airport full of black people.
He just
it must,
gave up.
So it must take place in Atlanta or something.
No, here's the thing. I can say that because of how pissed off I was when I went to see Fruitvale Station and there was nothing but trailers for those movies in front of it. And I was like, what is the deal that you only see trailers for those in front of, quote, black people movies? I'm just saying. Why,
Yeah.
The
No,
industry does this.
I
The
know,
industry Hollywood makes me racist, Ryan. That's what I'm trying to say. Freebirds comes out this week. So if you really wanted that. Oh, yeah, there it is. Your Night of the Demons. What is Night of the Demons?
It is a 1980s horror movie where people get possessed in this house by demons and they eat each other.
Huh.
I don't remember seeing it. I saw it years ago, and there's this one part where this chick is having sex with this guy, and she's naked, and she's possessed by a demon, and she says, "Quit looking at me." And then the guy looks at her again, and then her face is a demon face, and she rips out his eyeballs. That's all I remember from that movie.
Wow.
But it's Scream Factory. They make really great horror movie DVDs.
Yeah, it looks. Their Blu-rays look like almost,
Don't worry,
like the
guys.
horror
I watched another.
Criterion,
Yeah,
basically.
I watched another one this week. I'll tell you all about.
Interesting. I think I know. Anyway, Romeo and Juliet, the last year's version of Romeo and Juliet, comes out this week.
But no one saw.
That's true.
Why?
It just
You don't need
kind
to
of
see
got
it.
dropped. Yeah. Well, I kind of want to see it just because it's Haley Steinfeld, and there's a T in that, right? Yeah, Steinfeld. I think she's good. Cutie and the Boxer, which was a highly acclaimed little documentary from last year, is this week. And here's the big one. This is the one everybody's been waiting for: a Blu-ray re-release of 2 Weeks' Notice.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, really? That's Sandra Bullock and Hugh Grant from
Oh, that's right.
2002 or something like that.
When Sandra Bullock only made romantic comedies, and then I read an interview with her in Entertainment Weekly when Gravity came out, and now she thinks she's better than everybody else.
Yeah, she's kind of. I don't like her very much.
Yeah, she's annoying.
There's a Blu-ray called Scorned. There's a movie called A Case of You with that one dude, Justin Long. Anyway, I think that's it.
Cool.
Gotham City Serials.
Mortal Kombat?
Did you see Mortal Kombat? Oh, yeah, there it is. Oh, Mortal Kombat Legacy.
Is that season
that
2?
the first one?
If it's season 2, I'm going to order it right now.
It doesn't say season 2. It just says Legacy. I don't know if that's.
Is
what
there a
the
picture?
second-
Is there like 4 dudes on it?
There's 3 dudes. It's got Jerry Ryan. Was Jerry Ryan in the first season or the second season?
No, I think she's in the first one. She's Sonya Blade.
Yeah, I mean, this looks like the first season.
Lame.
Yeah, I think it's that. Otherwise, I think it would be higher
Yeah, I want the second
because
season.
I'm pretty far down here now.
Because I've watched them on YouTube, and I want to watch them on Blu-ray.
It's only slightly above Girls Gone Wild Bedrooms of 90210, so I'm pretty
sweet.
sure.
Well, that's because I
it's-
ordered both of them.
Anyway, is there something you're looking for, Ben? You
Yeah.
think I'm missing one?
Just seeing if there's anything that I've been looking forward to, because I constantly go on each week and find things that
Is it Dolphin
when I'm not
Tunnel?
here and you don't talk about, and I'm like, oh, great, I missed that because I didn't hear it on the show. Yep. But looks like you lucked out this week,
There's
because
a,
nothing.
there's a DVD re-release of Horrible Bosses, and the photo for it is a picture of the DVD sitting on a dude's counter. Look.
Oh, so it's just a fan uploaded picture. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's not really, it's not an official.
They do that every once in a while. I wanted to see this movie called the Sapphires, which was with Chris O'Dowd. You guys know what it is, but they said it was really racist because the original Blu-ray art of it was Chris O'Dowd like singing in the foreground, and then the real stars of the movie were regulated to the background in blue. And they says, they're doing that because they're black. I don't think that was the case, but so if you find that DVD case,
unless Denzel Washington is one of the singers, then I don't see how they jump ahead of Chris O'Dowd.
yeah. But they do that every once in a while. They redesigned the Silver Linings Playbook art as well. It looks
Really?
different now. Yeah, it's
Because it was racist?
no, because I just think it was. I think it's
Too many white
Chris
people on the
Tucker in
cover.
the front, even though he wasn't the main character?
well, I think it's because the original. I mean, I own the Blu-ray. It's a little messy, and so I think they cleaned it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So cool. And now it's a part of the show where we tell everybody what we've been watching, and hopefully, when we tell you what we've been watching, you want to watch what we've watched.
So, yeah, this is the stuff we've been watching.
Dan, what did you watch this week?
I've been watching. I watched The Birds recently,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
and I don't really have a lot to say about it other than.
His review is
Are you going to diss Hitchcock?
No,
Don't do that on this podcast. James will
So
kill you.
No, actually, I would agree with him on this one.
that was the movie that whenever it came on TV when we were growing up, we would kind of drop what we were doing and watch the second half of it.
Really?
And I always liked it just because there were birds and they were attacking people. And I just thought that was cool.
And that one dead dude in the bedroom.
Have you seen Birdemic?
No.
Oh, you should see Birdemic.
But like what it's making me want to do is go back and watch a bunch of Hitchcock stuff I've never seen. Like I've never seen most of it, like Rear Window and
it's
Vertigo
great.
and stuff like that. So
Great movie.
I need to go back at some point and do that. I have seen Psycho, but I watched it in high school,
Yeah,
like for a
Psycho's-
film class and everything.
Psycho's one of my favorite horror movies.
It's good.
It's better when you don't have to watch it in high school.
Yeah.
It's better when you, as an adult, decide I'm going to watch
Yeah.
Psycho.
Just most things are better when you're not in high school.
But and also, like, I can imagine watching that back in the 50s when it released.
1960.
Okay, that was close.
Yeah, it was
I
really
didn't
close.
say the
Yeah,
30s.
the decade you chose was close to the decade that it was from. Yeah,
up.
you're right.
You are all dicks.
It's probably filmed in 1959.
Probably. Yeah. It was filmed in 59.
And I can
Pre-landing on the moon.
and I can imagine watching it and being like, oh, this is terrifying and tense and everything. And it's
There are
still tense
literally
and everything. But
birds everywhere. Birds could always be there to kill people.
Yes.
Everywhere. Unlike sharks, you have to go in the water.
Yeah.
There are birds anywhere you go.
Or E.T.
Fuck, you're right. There could be an ET anywhere.
they're yeah. But I was laughing at a lot of it's just silly. It's just a weird, dumb, silly movie. And so like at one point, these birds attack some guy filling his car up with gas, and then there's a gas leak, and gas is flowing towards this other guy who's about to light a cigar. And so they're all like in the restaurant screaming at the guy, "Don't light the cigar!" And he lights it anyways, and he explodes. And I just could not stop
Nice.
laughing because it was so funny to me. And I'm sure, like in the theater back then, everyone's like, "Oh my God, that man exploded because of the gas, because of the birds." But it was just really funny.
I hope that was a conversation
Oh my god.
by some woman. Honey, that dude just exploded because of the cigar by the birds. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's a thing, if it's a style of the times, or if it's more Hitchcock style. But there's a lot of it's just right in the middle. It's after like an attack on there's kids in a school and they're all scared, and then they're all in a diner or a restaurant or something, a bar. And it's the main character. I can't even remember her name, and it's like
Lady.
It's like the guy that's like the romantic interest that she's staying with, and then this other woman comes in who's an ornithologist, because that's what
Sure.
she says in the movie, like a bird scientist,
Yeah.
a bird mancer. and she's saying, yeah, the birds just attacked us. She's like, the birds would never do that. And it's this like 10-12 minute conversation of just birds wouldn't do that. And what kind of birds were they? Were they ravens or crows, or what were they? And it's like, I found that really interesting because that's not really what would happen nowadays. They would just make a horror movie about birds and show you all the violence all the time.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
there
they-
is some of that. They show like 2 or 3 people with their eyes all pecked out and everything.
Yeah.
But nowadays they'd have like a 10-minute sequence where they explain to you that like they're genetically mutilated birds that are have
Yeah,
been-
the
they've
drop
had,
of
like,
blood landed in that
moon-
one bird's eye in
Yeah.
Zimbabwe. And
Yeah,
then,
yeah, and it was like infested with moon
yeah.
dust or yeah.
I will say it is a Hitchcockian thing because
Yeah.
whether you're watching Dial M for Murder or Psycho, he does do those moments. One of my favorite scenes of all time is in Psycho when he is talking to Marion Crane, and it's 10, 15 minutes of them just talking, and he's just really disturbed, and it's definitely a Hitchcockian thing.
Okay.
But yeah, you're right. It's really good.
Yeah, it's a movie that it's one of his that of the ones I've seen, which I need to see some of the other ones. There are some of his like second tier ones like that I still haven't seen, like Rebecca.
Some people won't say that's second tier.
Yeah, you're right. I mean,
good.
it's his first. Yeah, but I mean, by comparison to if the top
Yeah.
tier is Rear Window and Psycho,
Sure.
you know,
I guess so.
and
Except
North by Northwest.
Rebecca has a criterion.
Yeah, no. Anyway, that's one of the ones that I feel like doesn't hold up as well as like
Yeah.
as some of the others, just because of some of the things you said.
Yeah, exactly.
The fact that sometimes it makes you laugh, where like you watch Psycho, I don't think Psycho makes you laugh. I don't think like Rear Window is still a super solid movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
I watched Dial M for Murder for the first time last year, and
Oh, yeah?
that's a solid movie.
Yeah.
But you're right. You know, it's because it's so preposterous
Right.
that you're watching and say, "Oh, this is kind of lame." But you have to get past it. Just appreciate it for a Hitchcockian shooting
Yeah.
a movie. You know, it's
Yeah, like, and I know the first thing I said is I don't know what I have to say about it, but I was like, I'm
Yeah.
glad that I went back and watched that.
Yeah,
because
for
now,
sure.
now I've seen the
Totally.
birds.
Honestly, you're making me want to go back and watch it because I haven't seen it in a few years.
me too.
Yeah.
Did he also do Rope? Is that somebody
Yeah.
else? Okay, because that's also one I've wanted to watch for a long time, but I never did. And then, like recently, I know I was talking to you about this, but I've been watching through Lost again.
Oh,
Do you guys like Lost as
I
much
love
as James does?
Lost.
I haven't seen it.
So I like the show, and I was totally fine with. And I'm not going to get too spoily in case Brad or anybody who's going to go watch Lost. But I was fine with how they wrapped it up and everything.
too.
But I'm watching through it, and I'm realizing that the most interesting stuff to me is in season 2, 3, and 4. It's everything with the hatch, and then like they're figuring out that there's these other places on the island, these other stations, and it's this Dharma thing, and it's all this stuff is going on. But then, it really bugs me how like keywordy they are about everything. So it's like the button, the numbers, the hatch,
Yeah.
the Oceanic 6. It's like you can't, and it's not even a button. It's a computer, and you put a code, and you hit the enter key.
Yeah. It's
Like
the
calling
Apple
it the
II.
button is really weird.
Right. No, you're right. You're right. They do that a
um,
lot.
And so every time they say you can push, you're going to go push the button. No, Locke, I'm not pushing the button anymore. They say it like 50 times in every conversation, and
Yeah.
it really starts to.
It was written for water cooler discussion.
Yes, and they're doing it like, man, so they're going to keep pushing the button this week. Yeah, like, of
Yeah.
course they are, but that still really bugs me because, I don't know, it's just the whole, some of that stuff just gets to me. And then I'm also realizing, and I'm like right at the beginning of season 4 right now, which is when Daniel and Miles and like the people from the freighter show up, and I'm realizing that my favorite characters in that show are not any of the people that crashed onto the island. It's Desmond. Well, it's not any of the people from the plane.
From the plane, yeah.
It's
yeah.
Desmond, Juliet, and Daniel are my 3 favorite characters in
Ooh,
the show.
Juliet, huh?
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, and
I like when that dude gets hit by that bus.
yeah.
That's the thing about when I think of Juliet, I think of that dude getting hit by a bus.
Also, like, her first kind of flashback episode. She looks way older in those flashbacks than she does
Yeah.
present day, which is weird. And it's
Yeah.
just like the way she's like dressed as like older and a little more
frumpier.
professional.
Yeah.
And on the island she's always wearing just like jeans and a shirt.
Yeah.
And so she just kind of looks younger and hipper and prettier.
That look on your face is really good. Pretty.
Go away. I need this.
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing
a good
with the
show.
door shut with that mayonnaise? I'm watching Lost. Shut up. I don't know.
Oh, man.
And so I think I have 1 or 2 more episodes until the best episode of that show. I think it's called The Constant.
Yep.
The best episode of the show.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
I really want to rewatch Lost.
I know, me too.
I have so many Disney movie rewards points that I need, I think, 1,200 more, and I can get all the Blu-rays for free.
Are you kidding me?
No, so I am
Oh, my
like
goodness.
keeping my fingers crossed because right now I think they're only like 1,000 points or something on the Disney movie rewards. So I hope they don't go up too much more.
How many like copies of Toy Story 3 on Blu-ray is 1,200 points?
Well, it depends on the movie you get. I got Monsters University,
Oh.
and it was like 275 points. But I also got like Goofy's, not literally Goofy, but random, like Johnny Tremaine on DVD.
I thought you were talking about like
75
like
points.
a Goofy.
Yeah, not a movie with Goofy in it.
Yeah,
but a
like-
movie that is Goofy.
Yeah, Johnny Tremaine was like 75 points. So it really depends on what kind of movie you get. And I'm also starting to do, because you can upload your movie tickets onto Disney Movie Rewards and get some points. And I constantly get emails saying, get your 5 bonus points, and that's all I do constantly. So hopefully soon I can get them all on Blu-ray for
5 here, 10 there. That'll
Yeah.
get you lost eventually.
There was a season on Blu-ray at Tradesmart, but it was missing the slipcover, so I didn't
Oh,
get it.
yeah.
Because I was like, no, this is garbage.
Totally.
I would pay brand new prices.
I know. I
for
went
the
to
slipcover.
Tradesmart last week because they were having half off all their Blu-rays, and it's funny you brought up Hitchcock. They had a used copy of the Hitchcock collection.
I know, I
for
saw that one.
$38. I'm like, I'll pay like $20 for it. And of course, when I went there, it was already gone.
See, yeah, I'd
Why
seen
didn't
it.
you get it?
I didn't get the first time because I already had Psycho, and Psycho was in there, so I couldn't justify spending $40, and I already had one of them. I don't know. I'm really weird sometimes.
I actually pass it up because I don't like buying box sets of Blu-rays, like different movies. Like I like buying the sequels all together, but it's a really nitpicky thing. It's probably from when I was working at Blockbuster. Like I want to be able to put them in their proper alphabetic
Sure.
order in my collection.
So-
So I'm honestly admitting that I'm willing to pay more for them and buy them separately. And I think the 4 that are in there are not necessarily the first 4 I would buy.
no,
like
they're
Psycho's in there.
yeah, Psycho, and they have Psycho and the Birds,
But North by Northwest isn't in
No.
there. And it has a gorgeous book edition.
And see, you're not the only one though, too, James. The Universal Monsters. I was
Yeah.
going to buy the whole set because it's a really cool set, and it has this like foil, and it has all the monsters in it. But this individual Blu-rays have the original poster art on them, which I think is way cooler. I mean, just the
Yeah.
Bride of Frankenstein poster alone. So I ended up spending probably like $40 more to get them all separate. But meh.
Yeah, I still haven't bought those yet. I haven't decided what I'm going to do because that collection is really cool.
It is
And
really
that's,
cool.
That's at least one where I think the collection is so nice that I'm willing to do it.
Sure.
With the Alfred Hitchcock one, it's okay,
Yeah,
but it's not a great.
Yeah, those Blu-rays
collection.
are really cool because they actually port over all these making ofs from a previous set, so they're really cool. And some are hosted by John Landis and people like that. So it's a really cool sets
Yeah, that's awesome.
if you want to get them.
Anything else, Brett? Dan?
Mike, Julie. I don't know. I watched Contact not too long ago.
It's a good one.
That is a good movie.
I love that movie.
Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew
Your-
McConaughey.
Your man
Yeah.
toy or whatever.
My
your
new
This,
favorite.
boy toy.
here's my impression of me watching Contact. I woke up. I fell asleep.
Wow.
That's
Thanks.
That's what's funny about that was that like as soon as he started doing it, he's like, "Shit, this is not going to play on a podcast. How do I make it clear that I'm nodding off on a pod? I guess I'll just say it.
I know. I guess I'm just not a big fan of the Rug Muncher, Jodie Foster. I just can't.
Whoa.
That's horrible. She is not why I like that movie. I think that the ideas in that movie are really cool.
Sure. I liked it first when it was called The Arrival with starring Charlie Sheen.
Dude, that movie's way better than The
I don't remember.
You're out of your mind.
I remember is those aliens, like their knees went backwards.
Yeah.
Me too. I don't remember The Arrival at all.
Can you even see it on a DVD shelf anywhere? Like,
I think it has a DVD. I think
there's
there
a
was a
Blu-ray.
DVD
I think
release.
there's
There
a
a Blu-ray
Blu-ray.
release recently.
I know there's a
actually,
Blu-ray.
I have seen a DVD like in a King Supers bin, but yeah.
There is a Blu-ray of Terminal Velocity that I'm like, I should get this movie.
in a King Supers bin. Like that was the shittiest place you could find a DVD that you could think of. Was like, you know that shelf at King Supers that's just completely out of order. I saw a copy of The Arrival on DVD.
Grocery
there
store
once.
DVDs are like the one place where they'll have DVDs and I won't bother looking through them.
Totally.
Well, I was in Kohl's today.
They have-
right.
and they had a weird they had video games in Kohl's, but it was just that weird sale rack, and it was all these shitty DS bridge games and all this
Yeah.
other stuff. Like
Are they really
Yeah,
making
Kohl's-
this
Yeah.
money on that stuff?
Kohl's, Office Max, grocery stores, they just have the new release locked up shelf, and then they have the big bucket where they threw everything else in it.
Just trash. There's just
Which
when
has
Best
good
Buy
movies
returns
once in a while,
stuff,
but I'm just like, I don't want to deal with this.
if they ever do have good movies, it's like Kill Bill Part 1, and I already own it twice. like if anything ever gets there, it's gone through a filter somewhere where I would have already bought it at least 3 times. Yeah. Do you remember like when you could rent a movie at a Safeway, like a VHS tape
do it
at a
all the time.
Safeway, in those like gross white plastic clamshells that just looked like that somebody had actually
Bree
dropped
posted
it
a
in the
picture
toilet?
of a video cassette with that stuff on it. I want to talk to where he got
Oh
it
yeah.
from.
Oh man, I didn't see that. Anyway, cool.
Cool. James, what'd you watch this week? Oh fuck, stuff
just-
with Matthew McConaughey.
No, I didn't. Just a couple things. I rewatched Rush, which I believe I said in the Film Explosion. If not, I meant to that was guaranteed to be the movie that I was going to revisit and desperately wish I had gotten onto my top 10. And guess what? It's really true. Getting to see that movie a second time, it was better than I like. I enjoyed it more the second time even than I did the first. I think the story they're telling is really great. If you don't know, it's Ron Howard's movie about Formula One racing and these two guys back in like the late 60s, early 70s who had this rivalry, and one of them ends up in an accident, and then it's about their rivalry. And because he comes back.
You should write the back of Blu-rays.
Yeah.
It's a story about a rivalry and these two guys get in a car accident, then it's about the rivalry.
Well, I was trying
That's
to
what
read
you
through
just said.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't sell that one real well, did I?
And
So
then just,
it's about a rivalry, guys.
and then just 4 stars next to it. That's the
4
review.
stars. It's about a rivalry. 4 stars.
What movie would you bump to give it space on your top 10?
You know it's Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah. Yeah. It probably would be.
But now it's forever.
That's the correct thing to do. I think there's a sinful, horrible part of me somewhere that's be like,
Spectacular now.
no, that would be like, Much Ado About Nothing. I'd kick Much Ado, keep Hansel and Rush on there.
Nice.
Just so I could keep Hansel on there. Just to make
Nice.
a point to America. Because America's listening.
I think you put Much Ado About ahead of Star Trek, though. So
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I could see myself, for, like, bizarre political reasons, bumping that off and being like, well, it's Shakespeare. He cheated anyway.
it wasn't
But,
an original movie.
It's
Based on a play.
It's an absolutely fantastic movie. Rush is, and Much Ado for that matter. But and especially, and so non-traditional. It's the movie that, like, not only can I not believe it's not nominated for Oscars, but it's the movie that if it won the Oscar, I'd be like, oh yeah, it deserves to win. Like it fits into all the weird political niches that the Oscars look at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just so bizarre to me that it's not only not nominated for anything, but not the winner, because I think it's better than a lot of the movies that they nominated, or at least the ones that I've seen. Because I didn't see Nebraska, so I don't know if it's better than Nebraska. I also watched an old movie that my mom for years has been like, oh, we got to see Rooster Cogburn, especially after they did the remake of True Grit.
Cogburn.
And so this week, or for Christmas, we got her a DVD copy of Rooster Cogburn. I don't know why we got her a DVD. And we watched through it, and it's really fun. It's a quote sequel to True Grit. It's Rooster or John Wayne plays Rooster Cogburn, but it's not based on a Charles Portis novel. And basically, there's a bad guy. The bad guy kills some people. Rooster and a preacher's wife and a Indian boy. No,
Fuck.
no.
Oh.
They go out in the woods and try to track this guy down, and it's really entertaining. And like some of the action scenes are actually kind of cool. I don't think it's at any point as good as True Grit is, but it's neat. Here's what I'll say: it's the kind of movie I bet you'd find in a big bucket at King Soopers, and if you do, you should totally pick it up because it's so worth like $4.
Nice.
It's a good time. And then the movie that I was. All right, I can't say that. That'll give away one of the other ones. But I've been going through my list of shame and seeing some movies that I've never seen. And this one, I don't know if most people would call it like a classic. I don't know if it reaches that same echelon as the Schindler's List, where it's like, really, like you haven't seen that movie. But I think it does, if only because of how many times it's been remade and parodied. So I bought the Criterion edition of 12 Angry Men. and watched it, which I've never seen. And having seen it now, it should absolutely be in the canon. That movie is fantastic. It's Henry Fonda. You know the story if you watched a cartoon in the 90s or if you saw Veronica Mars, because Veronica Mars does like beat for beat the exact same story. But basically, it starts with a jury of 12 men going into a room to decide a case, and not only do they tell you the story of those guys deciding whether the person's guilty, but because you didn't see any of the case, they sort of slowly unveil what the case was throughout that story. It's clearly, I believe, was written as a play originally.
It is.
Because it wow, I was about to say it plays that way. Ugh. Thanks, Dan. So Henry Fonda plays juror number 8, who is the only guy at first that says that the guy's not guilty, and then he slowly unravels little pieces of the case in order to convince everyone else that they're not guilty. And it's just fantastic. There are a lot of little. I sort of thought going in, because I knew the story, because like I said, I've seen it in other places. I thought that it was going to be something where I was like, okay, I'm going to appreciate this as a piece of history, but not necessarily be entertained because I know the story, so I know the beats are going to do. But I think the scenes where he unravels the case are still really interesting. Even if you know, like, because they're written in such a way where they'll introduce a piece of evidence and you're like, well, that's actually pretty airtight. Like, how is he going to, and then he does something, you're like, whoa. Yeah, the big one is the knife. When they bring out the knife and they explain
and then when Henry Fonda does it, what do?
I'm like, whoa!
It's checking.
Just to get me to do that again. So like they bring out the knife, which is the murder weapon, and he's like explaining how it's so unique and nobody else has. And then Henry Fonda just takes one out of his pocket and stabs it down in the table, and you're like, oh, shit! How'd he do that? The performances are all fantastic. It's a movie that, like Rear Window, I think holds up, no matter how old it is. Like, you can just watch that movie. So it's great. The Criterion is fantastic. The cover is badass.
Criterion makes good Blu-rays?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow, weird.
Yeah. Sorry, I should have talked about this in Real News. Real News.
The most
Criterion
news of all
makes
time.
pretty damn good Blu-rays. They do.
You know what the best parody of 12 Angry Men is?
What?
Dick Van Dyke Show.
Really?
Oh yeah, that's a
remember
great
that
one. He's there's this really attractive lady who's being accused of smuggling diamonds, and Rob is the jury foreman, and she keeps on dropping stuff out of her purse, and he jumps over the jury's box to give it to. It's brilliant.
I will admit I actually just watched that like a week ago, but because I've gotten back into watching Dick Van Dyke.
Good for you.
But that was an episode that I started watching on the night where I like
2?
No.
3 or 4.
I'm in season 4.
Yeah.
Season 4?
Yeah. Because I heard through, or I watched through to the part where he's like, "Oh, I got to be on jury duty," and then I fell asleep. So I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that.
It is. It's the exact same thing. He goes in a room and he's the only one who thinks she's not guilty because she flirts with it. It's great.
That's
Anytime
awesome.
Rob my favorite episodes of Dick Van Dyke is when either Rob or Laura is being flirted with by somebody else and the other one gets jealous. I love those ones.
I've noticed that like in season 4 so far, there have been a lot of flashback episodes.
Yeah.
There have been a lot of like, hey, let's tell you this story about when we were in the war or whatever. Which they're good. It's just interesting that the show, changed in that way. But anyway, that's what I watched.
Brad, what'd you watch?
Look how humble Ryan's being this week.
I know.
Usually
He must have something really good.
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, obviously I've been gone a while, so I have this long list of things. So I'm just going to rattle some off, and then you just stop me when there's something interesting that you want me to continue on about.
All right.
Okay.
Finally saw The Hobbit, Desolation of Smog.
Yeah. Did you like it?
Yeah, I thought it was better than the other one.
Cool.
Did you see Stephen Colbert in it?
No.
Yeah,
he's
Stephen Colbert's
one of the thieves in it.
He's actually the guy with the eye patch
Yeah.
who, like, while they're being tailed, he like closes the. You weren't paying attention. It's okay.
I guess not. Let's see. I saw Evangelion 3.0.
Oh, that's when you blew us off for a podcast. Was it worth it?
Yeah. Well, the animation's amazing. The story was. They basically made a whole movie of one episode of the series.
That's
And for
weird.
some reason, the audience thinks, what's his name? God damn it, I forgot already.
Chang.
Some dude.
No, the gray-haired kid
You racist.
who's actually an
asshole.
angel is very effeminate and has visually it looks like he like
Is a
is
girl?
attracted to Shinji, but so it's like all these girls in the audience like giggling. And I was like, why is him touching him funny? I don't know. But yeah, the story was confusing, so that part sucked. Like it didn't.
Huh.
It's different from the series, but it's also based on an episode from the series. So, and without a frame of reference, I shouldn't be bothering explaining it to you guys. And I saw Her.
Oh, dude. All right.
Did anyone
How's
see Her yet?
No, I keep
Okay.
wanting to. How is it?
It made me really sad. Like
Fuck.
it's a
Now I want to see it less.
there's like
I was.
not that I've had relationships with like electronics, but if you don't think
I
of the
have.
phone as if you think of the phone as like a real person, there's like I've been in that situation a few times
Yeah.
where it's just like it's like oh god, this is a huge bummer to watch. Like oh, been down that road and
Down the road where
but it's
because
visually
you dated a woman with no arms, so
no
like,
arms,
she was
no
really
legs,
fun to talk to, but she could
no
never touch you.
face, just a shell and a voice of a human being. Incredibly articulate though.
Shelly is her name.
Yeah, Shelly.
Fuck.
We had to unplug her in the end. But visually, like cinematography is really good. Let's see what else. I watched Teen Wolf,
Oh.
which
Probably not as good as you remember it.
nope. I don't know how like
It's one of those movies when you're a kid, you think it's really cool.
people
and
must have been really bored in the 80s because like without Michael J. Fox in the lead and without Michael J. Fox being like a star at the time, like there's nothing interesting about that movie
Nope.
at all. No, there's no funny jokes. Michael J. Fox even calls like someone a fag in that movie.
Yep.
It's like it's lighthearted. I don't know. Yeah.
Is that why God gave him Parkinson's disease?
Oh,
Wow.
wow, that was uncalled for.
Sorry, I thought on that one for a while. So is this movie going to make you watch the TV show?
No. I was interested in the nostalgia aspect of it, but I thought it would be like a fun 80s movie, but like there's just nothing.
Nope. It's a bummer.
Wow.
I saw it recently too, and it depressed me so much I never talked about it because
I mean, I might watch Teen Wolf 2 to see what
Nah,
Justin
it's worse.
Bateman does with it,
it's
but
worse.
or Jason Bateman,
Yeah.
Justine Bateman.
Justin Bateman.
But it's one of those movies when I watch as a kid, it says, it's so cool. And because I always remember the cover where he's pulling up his jacket, it says Teen Wolf, and he's all like
Yeah,
wolfy.
he's riding on that van
Yes.
and stuff, but the whole movie is like the classic 80s like plot of he has this girlfriend of his that hangs around him, but he's not interested in her. He's interested in like the jock's girlfriend. And finally, something happens where he can like something special about him, where people notice him. He's the life of the party in the town, and then by the end, he realizes he doesn't have to have any special quality. He can just be himself.
That's right.
And win the basketball game, and put the other jock guy in his place.
Oh, that's right, because at the end, remember, they keep on wanting him to turn into a werewolf, and he doesn't.
Yeah, he refuses.
Yeah, he refuses to turn into
It's
a
like,
wolf.
guys, we can win this game without me being a wolf.
Yeah, that's right.
And it turns out his dad was also a wolf, and
Yep.
the principal was in school with his dad as the wolf, and they had a rivalry, and the principal now is trying to get back at his son
Yeah. Classic 80s.
with no funny lines or interesting situations. Yeah. Like, if you didn't have Michael J. Fox in that movie, I don't know why
Oh,
anyone
yeah,
would have
totally.
gone.
I agree.
Like, they saw him in it. He was big in Family Ties, and that's why. And there must have been no other movies out at the multiplex that week. That's why it's a big deal. I'm sorry. I thought it'd be a fun 80s thing. What else did I see? I saw Law and Order's on Netflix now, so I'm watching a lot of that.
Boom, boom.
The original Law and Order.
Dun, dun, dun,
I'm on
dun,
season 5
dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yep.
My parents used to call that show Chunk Chunk.
Yeah, that's, but the crazy thing I've been watching, like going chronologically, is how many actors on the show come back a season later and are as totally different characters.
Yeah.
Like Jerry Orbach, he's the most famous detective on the show. He's actually an attorney in like the first season because he doesn't become a detective in like till halfway through season 2. Yeah, there's like people who play like crack addicts who are later like lawyers. For some cases,
That does happen a lot with Law and Order, but not to the point where it's like a character that's Jerry
Orbach.
Orbach.
He's
I
dead.
was thinking the popcorn company.
Orville Redenbacher.
Yeah, that's the name that was in my head. And so I was getting all confused. But they did a lot in SVU where it's like this person was like the person who killed the guy, whatever, and then 4 seasons later they'll show up as the one that got attacked in this other episode. Like they reuse those actors a lot, but not to the point that you're talking about. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, they do a lot, and it's like the Anita Van Buren. She becomes the new police captain, but she was some down and out drug addict in season 1 that was like in a few scenes in an episode. They just bring all these other people who are side characters and they become main characters, or in between these 2 seasons, like there's this one woman who was an attorney, and then now she's like someone who is a foster parent who doesn't take care of her kids really well. So it's just like it was only a season apart. Like, and I understand like it's the early '90s, so there's no DVD release, there's no streaming, so you'd watch 22 episodes across 3/4 of a year, and then you never see it again until like it made syndication.
Or you would tune in once every month and a half and be like, oh, I'm going to watch an episode this week because I'm home.
As far as seeing like an older episode again, like it would be a while for you to get a chance. Whereas like here, I can just watch them all straight through and just like see those characters within 2 days of each other.
It would have been awesome if they had written that into like the finale of the show, where like all of a sudden you find out that like the whole series has taken place in like some alternate universe where everyone is a serial killer, and so like they all of a sudden realize like, wait a second, you killed somebody and then 3 years later you killed somebody again, and then we made you a lawyer. What is wrong with this town? Why are we doing this?
An alternate version in New York City, It's just like the same 5 people, but they all play different people.
They've all killed about 15 people in their lives.
But there are really good, like, I miss the actual... all the characters in the show, they never really do stories about the characters.
Yeah.
But when they do allude to things about their personal lives, like, those are the parts of the show where I get really... emotionally invested in. Like in the first season, Mike's first partner gets gunned down at the beginning of season 2, and like I'm really sad he's gone. And then season 2, he has a new partner. I think halfway through season 3, he gets shot, but he survives. And then like for the first 4 seasons, Ben Stone, not Sam Waterston, is the main attorney, and like he pulls out all the stops to win this case, and it ends up getting a witness killed, and he gives up and resigns. Like that was the last thing that was like, oh man, that's like brutal. Like he had no other options like to win this case, just like on a moral level. He did it to convince this girl to testify, ensuring her that she'd have all the witness protection program at her disposal. And the story was that as soon as she walked out of the courthouse, she got gunned down by the mob. It's like yeah.
In Crime City.
Like watching 4 seasons and watching him go through like all these different things, and like him giving up after that one was just like they need to do more stuff, and not just like a lot of the stories are about these other people, and they need to do more stories like that.
Well, it was from a period of time when on television you didn't do serialized stories of that as much, or it wasn't as popular. For the same reason that you guys talked about, where like people wouldn't necessarily watch the episode that week. So
I also watched Burke and Hare. Have you guys seen that? It's got Simon Pegg in it.
No.
I think it's a John Landis film.
Yeah. I remember it from
a while
years
ago.
Yeah, where like they're like chimney sweeps and they kill people, something like that.
No, they're just like
they're rapscallions.
Yeah, they migrate from like deceptive job. Like their first job is they sell like their first scam is they're selling like these rocks as like some kind of healing thing, and it turns out like it's bullshit. So they get in trouble for that. So they're just kind of going through life trying to... And then eventually they stumble in this grave robbing scenario where they can make money digging up people, or and then they later graduate into killing people on accident or setting up these ways that they kill people, but it often ends up that what they planned doesn't go the way they wanted to, but the people they want to die anyway.
Yeah.
And it was kind of fun, but also... it was weird at times. That one I watched a while ago, so I'm not fresh in my mind. But Simon Pegg is pretty funny in it. There's like a lot of famous British actors in it.
Andy Serkis.
And I'm trying to remember. Yeah, Andy Serkis is the second guy, and yeah, some of the premise is kind of. I guess I should not talk about something this far out from seeing it.
Or you could just come on the show more often.
No. More often. I've been on it since we started. I'm allowed to take a few weeks off.
Yeah.
Fuck you are.
I feel like I'm missing something like I really wanted to talk about, and I can't because I've been just watching too much Law and Order.
We can come back to you.
No, just move on to Ryan.
Okay.
Finally, fuck.
Oh wait, no.
That's fine. I watched a lot of things this week.
Fuck, I'm going upstairs.
Keep in mind we have to go see Last Action Hero.
I'm well
It's
aware,
an hour
Brad.
from now. We got time. Fuck.
It's half
I
an
know
hour
you. I know
till
you
we
didn't
leave.
see that awkward moment, but I don't
Well,
think the review's
I
gonna
can't
take very long.
talk about it if you guys keep on fucking interrupting me.
Whoa, hey, whoa.
Jesus Christ.
He's legitimately upset.
Please don't blaspheme.
I watched Final Destination 2. Jeffrey Reddick said in an interview that we haven't put up yet that it's his favorite Final Destination. Also,
That's it. I'm not putting any of them up.
our Jonathan Tiersten one's not on iTunes.
Yeah, I don't put the interviews on iTunes
Why?
anymore.
How am I supposed to get them?
They're on the website and they're on Stitcher.
Yeah, I don't want to stream it. Put it on fucking iTunes. So yeah, it was fun. Some of the acting in it is meh, but there's some really cool, elaborate stunts in it.
That was the first one I saw. I like
Yeah.
I like the pane of glass, and I like the like grill one at the end with the fence.
Yeah,
That one's ridiculous.
Oh, like
It was-
that wire fence cuts the guy into 3 pieces. Or
yeah,
whatever. Yeah.
it's
It's
great.
funny because I hated the trailers for that movie when it came out because it's like the trailers made me tense and kind of scared the shit out of me, and I didn't see it until I was older.
Well, the whole trailer was probably the girl that was in the first one. That's also in the she's in the insane or the whatever in the second one, and
She
then
gets burnt up.
and then and then every other shot was probably a log going through some guy's windshield.
There was a lot of log. There was a lot of log in the trailer, and there was a lot of the dude who puts his hand in the disposal but
Yeah.
doesn't get hurt by the disposal.
Well, even if he did, they wouldn't put that in the.
Right.
They're not going to spoil everything in the trailer. They're going to show only half of the people being murdered.
So yeah, it was all right. I also watched Randy Harlan's first American movie. It was like lost on DVD, and I found it on Scream Factory's Blu-rays.
Was it?
It's called Prison.
Did you find it in a King Supers?
No, I should have, but no. Scream Factory released a Blu-ray of it. It's called Prison, and it's basically Freddy Krueger in a prison, where it's kind of a ghost story.
Okay.
Viggo Mortensen stars in it. It's his first real role. Kane Hodder's first real role. He plays the major bad guy in it because he comes back as a corpse. Yeah, it's an all right movie. It has some interesting moments in it.
Is it Freddy Krueger rapist or is it Freddy Krueger like dream killer?
Like a dream killer thing.
Okay,
Where
I just wasn't sure
yeah.
why you were comparing it.
It's everybody gets killed through a disembodied entity where
okay.
you don't really ever see them until the very end.
Yeah.
And there's some really cool effects in it. The movie moves along really fast. It's an all right movie. I mean, there's worse movies out there.
Yeah.
Scream Factory does a really good job making the Blu-rays look really good, and especially for a movie that kind of went away. It was hard. It was in legal troubles for the longest time. So because it was at MGM, and then it was at first it was Empire, then Empire went out of business just before they released it or something. It's a long story. You can watch a great documentary that's like an hour long on the Blu-ray about it. So that one was all right.
You said on Facebook this week that you think you're going to challenge yourself to watch all of a certain kind of movie. Is that what it was?
No.
Interesting. Okay.
So that one was cool. What I was alluding to was I went to Tradesmart and all the Blu-rays there were half off. So I was saying, what Blu-rays can I get for like $2, $1.50, things like that. And I happened to come across the Expendables. I'm like, cool, I can get both Expendables for like $8. So I got both Expendables. And as I kept on going through the aisle, I saw War. I'm like, oh, cool, I'm going to get War. So my idea was to watch every single Jason Statham movie. But this is how I knew it was destined.
awesome.
I went to Target Thursday. I had been Tuesday, and I was in the Blu-ray multi-feature section, and on the top shelf was multi-features of all Jason Statham movies. So I got Crank 1 and Crank 2, Transporter 1 and Transporter 2, The Bank Job and Chaos, or Blitz. I don't even know which one it is. I just know it's Jason Statham. So this week, I watched 3 Jason Statham movies.
Wow.
Oh my God. I watched War, which is with Jet Li. Have you guys seen War?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
This is going to be really.
Oh no,
hard
I'm
for
sorry.
me to
I
do.
saw 4 Jason Statham movies. Yeah, let me talk about it. Maybe I only saw 3. I can't remember. So, anyways, in most Jason Statham movies, he plays the bad guy or like the vigilante kind of anti-hero.
Right.
In this, he plays an FBI agent who's caught in the middle of a war between the Triads and the Russians. Right? Is it the Russians?
Yes,
Or is it-
I didn't see it.
I remember it feeling like a very un-sci-fi version of the One.
yeah. So
If that makes sense somehow. Does that?
So, anyways, he plays this FBI agent, and his partner is killed by this bad guy named Rogue. No one knows what he looks like. He's just this badass Asian guy. And so his partner's killed by this guy Rogue, and so Jason Statham, his marriage fails because of it. It's like all the action cliches you can think of.
Yeah.
His wife leaves him. He seeks revenge, so he gets too personal with people, and he's trying to find Jet Li's character Rogue, who's this mean killer guy. And do you want me to spoil the movie for you guys?
Well, I mean, I've seen it. So
Okay, so it
Yeah.
turns out Rogue is actually his partner. His partner did not die in the thing. He switched bodies and he blew the bad guy's head off with a shotgun, and he went rogue to get into the Triads feuding, and then he started killing everybody. And it turns out Jason Statham was the mole that sold him out. And then, I don't know, does Jason Statham die at the end?
I don't remember.
Because he sets up for him to get shot, and he finds out that Jet Li is his old partner, and he says, "No, wait, don't shoot!" And he jumps in front of the bullet, and he falls on the ground, and then the next shot is Jet Li driving a car across a bridge. So I don't know what
I
happens.
remember that. I don't remember it.
Yeah, this is all right. Well, the one thing I can say, I'll get to the other ones I watched. I watched Crank. I've never seen Crank before.
Crank's fun.
Yeah. Crank is actually a pretty fun movie. It doesn't take itself seriously at all. The part where he takes the adrenaline and he's running through and he's saying, "Hey man, is your heart beating fast?" "Yeah, it's beating really fast." "Do you have a hard on?" "Yeah, I got a major woody." And then he stops running and you just see his big dick sitting out, and he fucks his girlfriend in front of a bunch of people. It's shot really cleverly. It's Neville Dean and Taylor who did Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Spirit of Vengeance.
Spirit of Vengeance. I was going to watch Crank 2, but when I put in my Crank 2 Blu-ray, it wouldn't get rid of the loading page, so I had to go turn it in today because there's a programming error or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really disappointed that I didn't get to see Crank 2. I mean, I did really like Crank 1, but I don't know how he comes back in Crank 2.
Yeah.
I think that's the best thing about, I'm not crazy about Crank,
Mhm.
mostly because I think that Neville Dean and Taylor are kind of obnoxious.
Mhm.
But I like Crank 2 more because of things like, how does he come back in Crank 2? Things like because Crank 2, if
Is it Neville Dean and Taylor as well?
yeah, and it makes Crank 1 look normal. It's it's insane.
Well, there's
That's why
also-
I'm disappointed you didn't get to see that one.
Have you seen
too.
Crank? There's a badass part where he's in some sushi restaurant and this bad guy is holds out his gun. And he's looking for him in an alley and he just chops his hand off. And the thing I will say about Jason Statham is he's pretty badass in most of his movies. He does all his own stunts, and I mean he's a pretty good martial artist. Well, and at the end of Crank, he falls out of a helicopter, hits the top of a car, and hits the pavement. So I'm really interested to see how he comes back to life. So that'll be for next week.
I can't wait.
So
I really can't.
and the last Statham movie I watched was Safe. With it was the one that came out last year with the little girl who can memorize numbers.
Yeah.
Did anybody see that one?
No, I haven't seen that one.
No, but wasn't
I-
that Mercury Rising also with
No.
Bruce Willis?
Is it? I don't remember. That movie's really old. I haven't seen that in forever.
Yeah.
Oh,
Something
Yeah.
like that.
I was convincing that, or I was mistaking that with the Chain Reaction for some reason.
With
yeah,
Keanu
Mercury
Reeves and
Rising,
Morgan
yeah.
Freeman?
Yeah, because they were both at Blockbuster at the same time or something. I don't know. They have similar covers or something. I don't know why they connected in my head, but no, I haven't seen safe.
It's all right. Again, Jason Statham actually plays a mixed martial artist who was supposed to take a fall in a fight, and he didn't take the fall. So the Russians go and kill his wife. Oh, this is the one with the Russians and the Chinese. I think war was Chinese and Japanese because there's triad and like samurais. I'm not even joking.
The specifics are really
Yeah. So
They're not important.
yeah.
so he goes. They kill his wife, and they said, if we're not going to kill you, we want you to live with your life until you kill yourself, in Russian. And so he's a homeless drifter, and he goes into what do you call him? A shelter, and he sees that this guy has diseased feet. And he gives him his nice shoes, but when he wakes up, his throat is slit. Because he's not allowed to be nice to people. If he's nice to people, the Russians will fucking kill anybody he's nice to.
Wait. So he gives his shoes to somebody, and then he dies from getting his throat slit? Or
No, the guy he gave his shoes to was killed.
Oh.
Because the Russians don't want him to have any friends or anything.
Okay.
But then, guys...
Did he take his shoes back, or did he?
Yeah, he did.
Did
So what
his
do they
feet
do
get
if
infected?
If he jerks himself off and he's having a good time, do they kill him, cut off his hand?
You'd think that would happen, but it turns out too that he's actually an ex-cop, and all the cops in New York are crooked, of course, and so he gets roughed up by his old partners, and he's going to go kill himself on the subway. And then he sees that cute little Asian girl who's being chased by the Russians. Oh fuck!
He's like, I'm gonna kidnap this lady.
Then old school Jason Statham just snaps in. He can't get on the subway, so he runs and jumps on the back car, and he gets in the thing and he kills all these people. And the last guy he shoots, everyone starts screaming. Says, "Oh, he wasn't even that good of a guy, anyways." And then he helps that little girl. Yeah, and then he kills more Chinese and Russians.
Why are there so many Asians in his movies?
I don't know. But again, the dialogue is
It's not
pretty
bad. It's just
pretty
'cause-
dorky, but the action scenes are pretty badass.
Yeah. Because, Transporter is a very similar
I've never seen
story.
the Transporters.
Oh.
Well, it's always a
right.
lot of foreigners or just
Yeah.
people that aren't Jason Statham's
Well,
general
he's foreign.
skin color or nationality. Like
Yeah.
it's
And like I said, I will say that his movies, the three I've watched, I haven't seen any of them before. They're pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
So next week, guys, I've watched all three Transporters because I got those on Blu-ray. It cost me I think $9 to get them all.
Oh, my goodness. I'm so excited about this one.
Crank 2, and I got the Italian Job, which I've seen. I don't remember him in it at all. And
I really
the
like
other
the
one I
Italian
got.
You've seen Lock, Stock, and Snatch, right?
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
I forget which other one. I got one other one. I forget what I got, though.
it wasn't like Death Race, was it?
No,
Did you
I will
get
get
Redemption?
Death
That
Oh,
came
you
out?
gotta get Death
Race. Oh,
Race.
that's on Netflix, like Safe was too. Redemption and Blitz are on Netflix. So
I've never
watch.
heard of Blitz.
I'll watch those on Netflix. The ones I can't get on Netflix, I'll buy because I don't want to spend money on movies I don't know.
Was he in The Mechanic?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Mechanic. We saw that in theaters, guys. We have a review of that on Real
We
Nerds
did?
Podcast.
Was I there?
I wasn't there. I haven't seen
You
it.
sure?
I don't think I've seen The Mechanic.
That's not that old, is it?
2010, 11? Well,
Maybe-
if it was on the show, it'd have
I'm
to be
pretty
11
sure
or
it
12.
was on the show.
Wow. It's very possible that we saw that movie and I don't
I'm
remember.
pretty sure Ben Foster.
Might have been one of those double weeks,
Yeah.
but it didn't get the title of the show.
So yeah, stay tuned for my Jason Statham weekly update. Because I need to know if you're wearing a wire. Yeah. So this week, me and James.
Oh, sorry. I wanted to throw in my one
Oh.
thing I forgot.
Well, you got.
It'll be really
5
short.
minutes.
I just want to get it out of the way so I never have to remember to talk about it again. I saw Crystal Fairy and the Magical Cactus.
What? Oh, yeah, that movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
The Michael Cera one.
The Michael Cera one, yeah. And I should amend it to say I watched part of it because I turned it off. It was so boring.
Really?
He is at a party and he's doing drugs with his friend, and then they go home and try to bang these hookers, and that doesn't happen. And then I turned it off shortly after
Because
that.
you were horny and you got pissed off.
Yeah, I
so
was like,
well,
there's
screw
no-
this. I'm gonna go take care of this
I wanted to see
myself.
Michael Cera get it on, and
I'm only watching this.
What does
watch
Michael Cera's asshole look like? I bet it's really cute.
Cute.
That's from This Is the End.
Oh,
Yeah. I just wanted you to know Ryan wasn't genuinely saying that.
I hope it's cute. I want it to be cute. In my mind's eye, it's.
so yeah, you can start the review now.
Me and James went and saw That Awkward Moment. James, should people go see That Awkward Moment?
I don't know. I think the I think that this movie is only as charming as the actors in it, and beyond that, it's relatively forgettable. But it's not bad. It just sort of is. But I enjoyed it, but I don't know if it's good. Is that my review?
James, I actually think it's sweeter than you expected it to be.
It is.
But I agree with you. There's some funny moments in it, but also it's nothing really special. I would say rent it because the leads in it are really good.
Yeah, no, they're I love those guys.
So yeah, it's probably a movie I'll revisit a little later if I can find it for cheap or just stream it. Because Miles Teller's really good in it. He's been really good. He's been on a roll.
I like Zac Efron.
And Zac Efron was really good in it. Michael B. Jordan was good in it.
What's her name from Fright Night?
Imogen Potts.
Yeah,
Imogen Potts.
Imogene Poots.
Imogene Poots, whatever her name is. I
What's
think it's
her name?
Poots. I think it's Potts.
Okay, Imogene Potts.
She's from 28 Weeks Later as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I get. Here's a trailer for it.
So it's Ellie.
What the fuck? Are you serious? This is a den of testosterone. You can't invite a girl to a place like this.
Well, I'm gonna buzz her in.
She's not gonna talk about Xbox. I'm gonna be sitting here being like, oh, I have to fart, but maybe I can't right now. She better have some hot friends. Open the door. I don't care. I'm getting wasted.
Is that ice cream?
Yeah, it's peanut butter chocolate.
Give me the ice cream.
No, I need it. My girl broke up with me.
What are you, Bridget Jones? Give me the ice cream.
Back up, little man.
Give me the ice cream.
Nobody gets ice cream. We're going out.
If you're single, we're staying single with you, man.
Hey, you guys want a mint?
That's a weird mint, dude.
It's because it's a boner pill. You got 4 hours to drink like Keith Richards, still got hard.
I think I took too much Viagra. I just really gotta take a leak. Just get horizontal. Get horizontal?
This is the stupidest idea I've ever... Whoa. Wait, bro, it's actually working.
Yeah, no, of course it is. My girl's staring at you then in the bar.
What do I was so not gonna do that. I was gonna make you wait like 40 days.
I was gonna make you wait too. Then I realized I'm a dude.
We're not supposed to see him more than twice in 1 week. And you're seeing this chick twice in 1 day.
That's some girlfriend shit.
Some I have a girlfriend shit.
What's the deal with you and Chelsea?
We'll see.
What are you doing here anyway?
What the fuck?
The fuck? What the fuck? Hey, it doesn't mean what you think it means.
It doesn't?
Oh, what does our relationship mean to you?
Wait, you guys are in a relationship? I've been trying to pretend that things haven't changed.
Hey, come here, man.
Do not hug me with no pants on.
You're right. Respect. I love the way she laughs. I love the way we fit together in bed because we're the same height. Our crotches line up perfectly.
That's really good.
I love that.
I love that.
Yeah,
even.
man.
So run and tell her that.
All right, I'm doing it.
I'm doing it. Man, you're doing it. Oh, shit. Dude. I don't know what to do, man. You gotta help me.
Where's she at right now?
I think she's uptown at some dress-up party.
Well, then you are going to be the guy who dresses up.
So it's a different kind of dress-up party.
What are you wearing?
Rock out with, it's not my real cock, though.
Clearly. So these are my parents.
I'm just gonna pretend this isn't happening. Hi.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, it's a cocktail.
So the basic story is
Dudes drink coffee.
Talk about how they're trying to bang chicks, and their one friend, Michael B. Jordan's wife, is getting a divorce because she's banging a lawyer who looks like Morris Chestnut, who really is Morris Chestnut from Boys in the Hood. And,
Oh, yeah. Jessica Isaac from Cloverfield.
Yep. And it's, so it's just basically mid-20 guys living in New York trying to figure out who they are, where they make a pact where they're going to be single for a while until their
Until
one
the end
friend
of the movie.
their one friend who's divorced finds somebody he likes. Here's a scene with all three of them talking and drinking coffee.
Go make a scene.
Yeah.
Make a public spectacle.
Yeah.
Dude, go big. Do it like the movies.
Yeah, I like the movies, yeah.
Like Jerry Maguire.
I love that movie.
I love that movie, man.
So good.
You had me at hello.
What? Don't ever do that again.
Sorry.
Okay?
But tell me what you
Ever
love
do that
about her,
again.
man. What do you love about her?
Dude, I love the way she laughs. I like the way she fake laughs, but she knows that I need it.
Yes.
It's like, I love the way we fit together in bed. Dude, because we're the same height, our crotches line up perfectly.
That's really good.
I love that about her. What are the chances, right? I love the way that she looks in the morning. Like
Really?
at that exact moment when she wakes up and her eyes just open like two little butterflies.
Two little-
cocooning. I love that.
I love that.
Yeah, man.
But I wouldn't
Yeah,
bother.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So run and tell her that.
I'm gonna go.
Don't call Notebook with it.
Fuck it. I'm doing it.
Run and tell her that.
I'm doing it.
Do it.
All right, I'm doing it.
Do it, man.
I'm going.
Let's do it.
I'm doing it.
Man, you're doing it.
I don't know if that's on the EPK. I'm just guessing.
I'm sure. Here's the thing. Half the scenes in this movie are those dudes drinking coffee. So, like, I wasn't joking. They drink
No.
a lot of coffee.
But there are some really cute moments in it. But, like I said, the leads are really good.
But it's so by the numbers. Like,
yeah.
you know, we're into the spoiler section here. When he goes to the book reading and then he does that thing and like he's tearing up, I didn't buy it for a second.
No.
It was so what that kind of a movie does at that point.
Yeah,
in the
but if
movie.
you were listening to Miles Teller before, he was talking about how he should have a Jerry Maguire moment.
No,
and then Zac Efron's character had the Jerry Maguire moment.
I know, but I appreciate. I thought
I
that
agree.
conversation was really funny, and I appreciate what they were trying to do there. But I don't think that it felt as genuine as it would have to.
Yeah,
like
I agree.
when you're that meta about a joke.
Yeah, and it also doesn't feel like he earned it.
Exactly. Like when you're that meta about a joke, that's what I was going to say, is you have to really earn it. And I don't think they do. I think that it almost feels to me like they wrote that scene and they were like, oh, we're really totally just trying to Jerry Maguire this. So they were like,
Yeah.
well, we'll mask that by calling attention to it. And that's not really how that joke works. But yeah, it was good. Like there were some really funny moments.
Oh,
in it,
yeah.
you know, and those guys are so good.
Yeah, it's just what you're right. It's one of those movies that it's like, meh. Well, I saw it and it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's rent it. I can see where it's middling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's because there's some parts too. It just seems like it just keeps on going. Nothing really happens.
I don't think it does anything special.
No.
I sort of compared it. Dan and I, when we went to dinner earlier, I was telling him about it, and I said, like, this feels very much like it feels forgettable in a 5-year engagement way, where you really like everyone in it, and you had a really good time. Like you were never bored necessarily watching it. But when it was like a month from now, when you say like, "Oh, remember that awkward moment?" I'll be like, "No, I don't. I don't remember that movie." Man, at the end of the year, we always do that thing where I'll look up at the list of movies we've seen this year and be like, "Hey guys, do you remember Jack the Giant Slayer?" And everybody in the car goes, "Oh man, I forgot about that movie." This is going to be that movie.
Yeah, and it was bad.
That's
When
a shame.
at my theater too, I think the bulb was going out in the projector.
Oh, no.
So it kept on was blinking. So it was really distracting. But yeah.
I went to the Alamo and at the Alamo you're not really supposed to like leave seats between the people next to you, so I didn't, even though I should have, because there were plenty of empty seats. And so like this whole squad of young women comes in and sits down next to me, and they were clearly all there. At the Alamo they were showing like scenes from High School Musical beforehand, which was pretty funny because I've never seen any of that stuff. But I'm not going to watch that as my classics I've missed.
That's my shame list.
Yeah, that's on my list of shames. I never saw High School Musical 3. And they were clearly just there because they were excited to see Zac Efron. And that was kind of obnoxious.
You know, the one part I really did like is their coworker. Is it, "Hey guys, it's Frank."
Yeah.
And they said, "Yeah, Frank, you're here for
You
real.
know this isn't on the phone.
We're not
right?
on the
Like,
phone.
You can just start
You
talking.
just start talking to us."
Yeah.
He was really weird and funny.
And there were some really good, like slightly more adult How I Met Your Mother feeling jokes, like when they call each other after having sex and they, in order to pee, they lay down on the toilets. Like jokes
they
like
took
that.
Viagra.
Yeah,
boners.
yeah.
So
Jokes
yeah.
like that are they're funny. But I think they're mostly funny because those guys are funny.
Yeah,
I don't
I
think
agree.
They're funny because the movie's funny.
I agree.
So
yeah, rent it.
yeah, if you feel like.
Yep.
That's
Next
it.
week we're going to go see the Lego Movie.
Yeah.
Which looks like lots of fun.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Might be a 2-movie week for me. I want to see the Monuments Men.
Oh, I do too.
So stay tuned for that. And yeah, Dan, thanks for stopping by again. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Anytime. Doors always open to James' back door.
Whoa!
So yeah, till next week. Bye.
Bye.
Visit our website, realnerdspodcast.com. You can tweet us at real_nerds. You can email us even, realnerds@gmail.com. Like us on Facebook. Hey, stream us on Stitcher. You want to call us? 720-6nerds5. And download us on iTunes. Just search Real Nerds. Thank you, Joe Kempter, for the wonderful voiceover. And also Spark Mandrill for the wonderful late-night jazz smooth sounds of movies. You can find him on SoundCloud. This has been a Nebulous Visions production.